God damn, bro. Today's such an exciting day for me. I hope it's a good day for y'all, but I'm happy for myself, bro. I really am. Okay. The pack came in. The package came in, dude. We got our Japanese palafin graded. It's graded. It's sent back to me. It's all the way from fucking Japan, bro, and I had to pay the Trump tariff. Dude, these tariffs are insane. I had to pay like $30 worth of fucking taxes just to get this card fucking slipped through the border, bro. It sucks. So we're gonna bust open the pack in a little bit and we're gonna see what grade I got, bro. This is my first like fucking graded card I ever fucking have. So yeah, big ups. I can't dox whoever gave me the card. But big ups to them. The big homie in Japan, bro. I appreciate all that help. What else we got? We have a long day, bro. That's why it took me so long to start the stream. I had to like like a jerk. I was a jerk. I had to go fucking run an errand, bro. I did. I had to go to the bank. Dog. I had to go to the bank and throw some money in that motherfucker real quick. Or things were gonna look a little weird. So sorry about that. Today, we're gonna finish up wherever fuck I didn't finish yesterday, as far as like pirate software, bro. And some things developed. Like Phil finally coming in contact with the new age version of himself, bro. I thought that was kind of funny. That happened on Twitter. Bro, Channel 6 News, damn channel on YouTube, they sat here and did probably the most cracked interview I think I've ever seen. Hunter Biden, bro, the most lit first kid in presidential history, bro. He sat here, bro, and he gave a lit, dude. That shit felt like Chill Murray giving a fucking interview. I felt like I was looking at myself give a kind of unhinged but base fucking interview, dude. It was dope. So yeah, we're gonna watch some of that. It's like 3 fucking hours long, you know, and I'm not gonna just like rip off all that shit, even though I do like talk a lot. We're not gonna just rip that whole 3 hours, okay? So we're gonna do that. We got Phil, bro. Phil, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but he's just like he's gotten way too comfortable with the begging, and I think he's trying to incorporate LTG's like begging strats into his persona, bro. You know, because Phil is unoriginal. He can't come up with his own bitch made reasons and ways to beg for money, right? So yeah, man, it's a lot of shit. I'm kind of shooting in the dark today. I'm not gonna fucking front, okay? That's what we usually do here, bro. We're just chilling. What games am I playing on the side, if any? I beat Tony Hawk. I beat fucking that DLC, that Diamond DLC's fucking garbage, bro. It was garbage, man. But we're gonna do our best, man. We're just here just to kick it, man. What did I not finish yesterday? Oh yeah, some of the homies wanted me to watch this one, dude. I guess Wings of Redemption. You know, since he got kicked off Locale Live, bro, and I think before that, he's not taking his pills or he's on a different mix of pills, but you know, Wings has been like super depressy and sad boy and fucking just like kind of unhinged and shit. You know, you sit here just like eating whole ass gas station pizzas, bro.
I
That's
don't put my hands
insane.
on women either.
So the lie detector determined that was a lie.
Can you put your face right in my ass, please? Right in my ass, please. I don't put my hands on women either.
I don't put my hands on women either.
So the pizza's here. And they didn't have a box, so they gave me like 4 of these.
What the fuck, bro?
But like 7-Eleven pizza is the truth.
Are you serious, bro? Are you serious? It ain't even a whole pie, bro. They were like, dude, just send this fat ass like 4 big slices of pizza. This is gross. He's saying this is the truth, bro. If this is the truth, you're a goddamn liar, Wings. Like, this pizza looks like blasphemy, bro.
This shit's fucking fire.
And you don't even smoke weed, bro. That pizza looks like garbage.
Well, I haven't dashed at night and such. No, they gave me 4 pieces, 4 slices.
That's not even a whole pizza, too, dude. He got ripped off. That's insane. I don't think I could eat that much pizza. Like, high as fuck, bro. I
But
couldn't.
yeah, let's do the thing. It's got a little bend to it, but this is kind of soggy.
Ugh.
There's consequences if you
Bro, never trust a pizza that has, like, that much sag. Like, that much slack in the crust, bro.
that pizza. Hell yeah,
I don't
it's
trust
called taking a
pizzas
shit because
like
I ain't got a
that.
gallbladder.
I don't. That dough ain't cooked all the
Look
way.
at this. Down.
It's so gross, bro. What's up with these old retards like Phil and Wings, bro? Thinking like they think this is what you want to watch, bro. Even as a passive viewer, like, yeah, I want to watch this old graying out, fat fucking dumbass eat food in front of my face. You know, this isn't even what your channel's about, or even this isn't even like the foundation of your channel. But they insist of eating all this shit in front of
See,
your
Burger
face.
King around me
No.
closes at like fucking 12. Look at this shit. Ooh.
Nah, bro. You want to know the best gas station pizza, bro? I don't want to hear any fucking talk back because this is the truth. Fucking Quick Trip, bro. Quick Trip. I don't care, bro. Probably what's that other place? They just opened a spot in Phoenix, dude. That one with the beaver fucking Bucky's. I think besides Bucky's, bro, Quick Trip crushes gas station food all day and night. I don't care, bro. Like you could go up on a touch screen and actually have these niggas make you a whole Subway sandwich. Like, get the fuck out of my face.
Oh.
Get out
Oh,
of
my
here,
Lord.
bro. Quick Trip just crushes the game, dude. They make
Woo!
a breakfast
It's like a
pizza
fresh
and
piece of
shit,
pussy.
dude.
Good lord.
Ugh,
That
that's
Coke hit
gross.
right. That's the first one I had today. I don't know if you guys ever had it this way, but like sometimes when you ain't had a ice cold Coke in a while, it hits different. Like you can feel it like disseminate through your veins.
No, that's not good. I don't think I've ever had that feeling drinking soda, bro.
Oh,
Have you ever just sipped some high fructose corn syrup mixed with soda water and just you can feel it just disperse through your whole body and you're just like, oh, like, nah, not me, bro. Not me, bro.
whew.
Like a nice cold glass of ice water. Right? I know it's boring, it's plain, but like, what the fuck, bro? Why is water so slept on, dude? Like, water doesn't
Damn,
get the
son.
respect it actually deserves.
I'm gonna be
sometimes,
fat
bro.
for the
Fuck
rest of my
outta here. Ain't
motherfucking
like
life.
A glass of cold water, bro.
That tastes better than
Like,
skinny.
bruh, you ever been thirsty in the summertime and you just hit that fucking cold glass of water with ice clinkling in the glass, clink, you know? You hit that water, bro, and you can actually feel life, like life-giving liquid, bro, go through your esophagus, down the tube, and you actually feel the water go in your stomach, and you're just like, oh. You're like, oh, bro, you can hit a whole gallon in the summertime.
Feels.
bro.
I guarantee it. I ain't been
I
skinny
never
since
felt
third
that way
grade,
about
but I know that
soda.
tastes better than skinny feels.
Like soda makes me more thirsty, bro. You know?
That's magic. Magic. Okay. Glass is better. See, I don't like glass. Like, well, I like it better than bottle, right? Like polypropylene bottle is the lowest tier of Coke, right? If you get the Coke, the 20-ounce Coke in a bottle, that's the worst way to drink Coke, right? Other than,
Bro, is there actually a right or wrong way to drink fucking soda? You know, just to put garbage in your body, bro. Essentially, I know some people actually have like these preferences, but I don't know. Coke just tastes like Coke to me.
getting it in ice and letting the ice melt. You ever notice when I order Coke in a fountain setting, I always order Coke with extra ice? By the way, I look like shit and I know this. I'm sorry.
You always look like shit,
I
but
always order Coke with the extra ice, and the reason for that is because I don't want the ice to melt. Coke is better as close to cold. You want to get your Coke as close to the freezing point as possible, right? If you can get your Coke to like negative, like 20 degrees Fahrenheit or below,
bro, he's such a dumbass. He doesn't even understand how cold that is. If your Coke is minus 22 degrees, it's almost like a solid block of liquid. What do you mean? You can't drink that?
well, not 20. 20 is below freezing.
Stupid. He's so stupid. I love when he tries to act smart, bro. You know, he's not trying to pretentiously act smart, but he acts like what degrees are. And he knows what they do. Fuck you. 22 minus 0, bro? Fuck out of here.
34 degrees. 34 to 38 degrees. That's where you want to drink your Coke.
Stupid. These dudes are stupid, bro.
So the way to achieve this, some of the best ways to achieve this is styrofoam, right? Chick-fil-A is a great example. Chick-fil-A Coke and their styrofoam cups with extra ice. Good Lord.
Nah, bro.
Good Lord, son.
Bro, I swear, I'm not a fat bitch like this, but I swear to God, styrofoam has to be like the worst. The worst, like, medium to hold liquids in, because they're full of all these little micro holes and shit. And you've seen it. You ever, like, got a styrofoam cup of liquid in the summertime, and you're sitting there sweating profusely and shit? The liquid's going through all the micro holes in the fucking styrofoam, bro. like, fuck that shit.
That will turn anybody's day around.
Like, it's good to get a liquid from one place to another, right? Or, you know, you're driving in the summertime, you just need a quick drink. But it's not like a great thing to hold liquids in for like a long time.
Have I tried
Fuck outta
pineapple
here.
Pepsi? I have. I don't. Not a fan.
I don't know why I got fixated on that, dude. Holy shit.
Okay, McDonald's Coke fire too. You'll get a large Coke from McDonald's extra ice. You're doing good. You ever notice how like McDonald's Sprite tastes different? Because McDonald's Sprite is actually formulated differently to accent the salt they put in the French fries.
Bro, all they do at McDonald's is adjust how much sugar goes into the fucking soda water, bro. That's all they do. McDonald's just puts a little more of the syrup. Because if you ever seen it, you can adjust that shit. Like, you take off the top, like the cover of the drink dispenser, and there's these two little screws, bro. You take a screwdriver, there's one on the left and one on the right. And you twist one, it controls how much soda water, carbonated soda water, goes into the drink. And the other one controls how much of the syrup from the bag goes into the drink. And all they do at McDonald's, bro, and they have it like, it's not a formula or anything. It's just like, they have it written in the instructions. This is what we want the soda set to, bro. So there's like more sugar in the fucking soda than water. And that's why like at McDonald's and shit, the soda just tastes better, bro. There's more sugar in there.
That's why if you eat French fries, you drink McDonald's Sprite.
Equation,
That shit hit different. Shit designed to make the chemicals in your brain pop off.
Fucking dumb. Conspiracy theory. It would be if I didn't work at these places half my life. All right, I really don't want to watch Wings just eat food. He just sits here and pounds like 4 slices.
So
of
I see
pizza.
somebody doing water fasting or like cutting weight for a fight. That's a mental strength I never will be able to achieve. Like, here's the thing, right? Let's say soda. If I don't take some level of soda in, I get hypoglycemic, right? Like, my blood sugar will dip. I get the shakes. I get the sweats. I feel weak. And there's tablets I can take. There's glucose.
That's pretty much diabetes, right? Isn't that what diabetes is? He's saying he's diabetic, bro?
There's tablets I can take. And I know why I have the information. I'm smart enough. But I'm just saying, there's side effects. There's withdrawals that come from, like, having an addiction to sugar.
Yeah, and they're all mental, though. Like, all the addictions of sugar are, like, they're not, like being addicted to heroin or alcohol, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? You could abstain from sugar and it's not gonna like drastically fucking fuck your body up. It's a lie. He's stupid. This is a stupid fat person, bro.
That's not diabetes.
Trying
It's
to tell you how the
hypoglycemia.
body works. You
I'm
don't
not
even know how his
diabetic at
body
all.
works.
If I was a diabetic, I'd be on Ozempic because I'd qualify for Ozempic. But I'm not. I'm not even pre-diabetic. You guys, I don't ever say everything's too hard.
Get
That's
the
not true.
fuck out of here. Dude, the doctor would totally give him Ozempic. You don't need to have any pre-qualifying things to get on Ozempic. It's just expensive, dude. Money. You need to be able to afford it and look like you're overweight, kind of, right? Have a weight problem. Yeah, don't just lob that shit at you. It's not addictive. There's no, bro, we finally cracked the fucking secret to losing weight. We need to give this to everyone for free. Shit. Everyone that's fat
Like, I created
needs
my own
Ozempic,
business.
dude. That shit's a life changer.
I trained for a boxing fight. I flew across the country.
Like, think about it. In my day, if you're as old as me, you're like in your 30s. Remember, bro? The fast ways people were trying to get skinny were like taking speed and fucking crash dieting and weird shit like that, bro. Like shit that actually hurt your body, bro. But we got Ozempic, bitch. You better get
Like,
on
there's
that
a lot of things
motherfucker.
I've put my mind to and did, right? Like, I know it's not a big achievement for you, but like, I remember when I first played Rainbow, and I'm like, I am fucking terrible at this game. It hurt my feelings how bad I was at Rainbow when I first started playing it. Like, I literally sat down and had to reflect on everything I thought about in life. And I made a
Jesus
promise to
Christ.
myself, I'm going to be a diamond in this game. That's what diamond was, the highest rank you could possibly get.
Bro, this is an old man. This is how I used to talk when I was a teenager, bro. Like, I am gonna fucking get triple prestige in Call of Duty. I'm one of the best. I will knock all these headshots, right? But it's like you're an old man, bro. Fuck. Got
And
no bigger ambitions
I did
than
it.
that.
Now I'm a 31-time diamond.
Carried diamond, carried. Don't forget, he ain't never got the diamond on his own merits ever, bro. I used to watch him play that shit all the time.
31-time diamond,
Always
6-time
carried
champion.
fucking diamond, bro. He sucks.
But
at
like,
fucking
my problem is
Rainbow.
I've never been able to get harness my weight, right? I wish I could. Honestly, like, I need to lose weight better. If I could lose 100 pounds right now, I'd give every dollar in my bank account. Every single dollar. If I could just snap my fingers, 100 pounds fall off me. But I don't have that. I don't, like the only thing I do when I wake up is look forward to the next time I'm going to eat. Like, when I get done eating this piece of pizza, I'm going to look forward to enough time to pass so I can have another Coke and another piece of pizza. That's life. The Fat Camp was a joke. And like the problem is we didn't want to do anything fun, right? Like, they wanted to do the least amount of...
Bro, don't forget, he got weight loss surgery. He did, bro, okay? And he beat the surgery. But what the fuck? That's a meme in their community. Wings beat the surgery. If I could snap my fingers and lose 100 pounds right now, I'd do it. Bitch, you have. You've done it before, okay? You just don't give a fuck, all right? That's all it
Like,
is at this point.
Fat Camp was like a frat party.
Like, he's chronically depressed. I'll give him this. He suffers from depression, bro. But like, holy fucking hell. You know what I mean? I have depression. There's millions of people with actual fucking depression, and they don't let it like overrun their whole fucking lives and run that shit. Like, bro, go see a fucking doctor, right? Like,
And that was the issue I had with it the whole time. It's like,
I don't
there was
feel
me,
bad
Mike,
for
and
him.
Boogie, which at the time even Mike didn't drink, but Mike started drinking during Fat Camp. But me, Mike, and Boogie, we didn't drink, right? We just wanted to go to the steakhouse or eat and shit like that. That's what we did for fun. But like, so like me, Mike, and Billy, and like some other people, we'd sit around and just chill out and do shit. But like, there's all kinds of ideas I threw out there. I started pulling up ideas from like Big Brother. We're like, hey, how about this? How about we like take a bunch of tennis balls and we like throw them up and like on the tennis.
See how creatively bankrupt these guys are? Yeah, I saw this on the TV. They threw water balloons at each other. We could do that on Local Live. Like, get the fuck out
Tennis
of
balls
here,
is
bro.
like healthy foods that we have to
Don't
eat,
nobody
or
wanna
like
see this
or nasty
goofy yeehaw
foods.
shit
And like,
from
you
y'all.
like circumvent, like, here's like, you have one ball that's like just has like trip to the steakhouse in it, right? So like you throw all these balls up, and like all the fat kids are like in this ring. You're trying to catch what balls they got, and that's what you got to eat off of for like the next 2 days or something like that. You know, just silly shit like that. Mud wrestling. But everything came to like, let's shoot paintballs at them, or let's see them run.
No, let's not. None of that sounds fucking fun. Like, bro, don't nobody fucking know you guys like Wings, Boogie, Keemstar. Don't nobody know these guys for being fun, silly guys, right? That actually have fun playing games and doing challenges. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Please. I can't wait for Live to just totally die. I can't wait for Keemstar to go like, we're done.
Like what
Locale
needed
Live
to
needs
happen with Fat Camp
scrapping
is
it.
we needed to like record everything during Fat Camp
One day
and make
bro.
like a
One
30
day
or
soon.
40-minute video every day.
These
Like we
are
needed to wake
ideas
up
they
at
come
7
up with.
o'clock and record from like 7 to like 12. Sit down.
Like, fuck that shit. You know what kind of ideas my demented ass would have? I'd be like, bro, let's slip these fucking sleeping pills into like Keemstar's alcohol, right? let's slip these fucking roofies into Keemstar's White Claws, bro. Okay, and when he sleep, let's fucking shave his beard and all his hair. Let's shave everything all over his body, bro. And then we'll hide all his hats. We'll go and hide all his bandanas and hats, bro. You know, he can't run away from the shit.
Have
Make
an
him
editor
confront his
work it out
baldness.
from like 12 to like 5, and it's gonna have to be on a stagger, right? Because like you're gonna have to miss one day, and then the next day you do a video, then you have a video staggered each day, right? So like you're gonna be one day that's just a podcast, and then you stagger a video then. So like you do all the stuff in the morning, you get the video to the editor. He has 24 hours to get it done, but the first day is just a podcast, and then the next day you got a video, and the day, bang, and it just keeps rolling. So you have 24 hours for the post processing. You did say you're faster than a linebacker. That's some shit Keem made me say. Like honestly, like we had to do an episode every day, and Keem was like, "Wings, you're faster than a linebacker." I'm not though. I'm like, just say it. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. I don't care.
Stupid, bro.
Well, there's like some Q-tips and like some hair of a dog. I just
So stupid. But it is good to see Wings back in his place, bro. That the one thing I hated, bro, about like the Kino Casino arc and the whole Keemstar trying to save all these fucking locale hoes. It's just like how out of their lanes these fuckers, all of them started acting, bro. Acting like we're legitimate big dick guys. And humper rupper. And now it's like they're all getting put back in their fucking places where they belong. You are a fucking nobody, bro. Okay? You're nothing but a tool to be mocked and laughed at. Period, dude. You're nothing legitimate. Just because Keemstar gave you a boxing match and a show to fuck around on, bro. All right, I'm done. I'm done with our boy Boogie for now. Let's start this Hunter Biden interview, bro. I told you shit is like 3 hours long. It's on Channel 5 News. They're on YouTube. Go fucking watch them there. I don't have them linked. That's a fuck up on my part, but you know, they get all the credit. I just sit here and lazily react to their shit.
Drinking
Let's go.
so much alcohol, almost a handle of vodka a day. And alcohol is the most destructive drug, not just to your body, but it puts you in more danger than any other drug that I've ever experienced.
It is, bro. I've always said this. Like, I don't understand why, like, weed is federally illegal, but, like, alcohol. Bro, alcohol is just as dangerous as heroin. I actually look at it like it's heroin sometimes, bro. It fucks people up that easily and that fucking bad. And you can actually die, right, from withdrawing off that shit. It is bad. And it boggles my head when I think about it sometimes. Like, I could just walk into the fucking store, bro, and buy enough of this shit to kill me, but I could go to federal fucking prison for, like, buying enough heroin to do the same thing. You know what I mean?
And then you
Like,
add on top
bro,
of that.
and then people commit just as many fucked up crimes behind alcohol, right? Like DUIs to theft, murder, assault, all that shit, all behind alcohol, bro. But like all these other drugs, I ain't seen as much crazy, brazy shit done on these drugs like alcohol, but you can just get that shit.
The amount
That
of
is so
crack
true.
that I was using at the time. And crack cocaine, in terms of your physical health, is not as dangerous as the situation that you put yourself in to be able to obtain it.
How do you get crack?
How do you get
One of the things I don't want to do is
Oh, I'm loving this shit already, bro. I'd ask him too. How do you obtain a rock of crack, sir?
give a how-to to any moron like myself.
Yo, this reminds me. You guys remember that Dave Chappelle skit of Tyrone Biggums when he's talking to the kids in the school and he straight up tells them how to get crack? What you want to do is wait till your mama sleep and then steal 20 bucks out of her purse. Then you take the D train downtown. You're going to meet up with a little Mexican man named Martinez. And Martinez's shit is the bomb.
May think that it's a good idea, but crack cocaine is a. I am fully aware when I'm talking about it in relationship to my own experience with it. It is still a shocking thing for most people because we have been fed this perception of crack cocaine. It's more than just a drug. It's more than, like, if you say meth or if you say heroin or if you say cocaine. It comes with a whole bunch of different baggage. And because of that, places that you can go get it are some of the most dangerous places in whatever location you happen to be in. And it's everywhere. Mainly for that reason, I learned how to make my own. Have you read?
Oh, bro. No, fuck that shit. I want to hang out with Hunter Biden, bro. Yo, this nigga, he a G. I tried to make crack once too, bro, when I was like 19. I told y'all this story years ago. Me and my homeboy, bro, we were like partying, going to the club, doing coke all the time with these white bitches. And these dumb white bitches gave us like a bunch of coke, bro. And then my stupid friend, I'm not going to say his name, but he's like, chill. Let's try to make crack with this shit and sell it, bro. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So, dude, when his mom left, because we both lived at his mama's house, bro, and we tried to cook crack, and we didn't know how to do it correctly, and we ended up, bro, the whole house smelled like burnt cocaine. Like, we lost the drugs. We fucking had the whole house smelling like fucking dope. And we were trying to fucking, we were panicking, trying to air out the house for his mom go, bro. Like, cooking crack, that shit's like a science.
I'm gonna pretend like you're not getting attacked by a bee right now.
Hey, it's all right.
Like
You keep my train of thought.
Without them, we would all
Just trying to. By the way, that's true too. Birds aren't real, but bees are.
He wild, and he's
Good morning,
clean.
America.
I think the dope thing is he's clean. Like, I love people with these crazy fucking stories, bro. Because these are the coolest fucking people you could ever meet and hang out with. Yeah.
America and
Like,
the
they
world.
are, bro.
My name is Andrew Callahan, the host and creator
Like, bro, they'll get lit with you, have a party with you, but they won't steal 20 bucks out of your wallet if you pass out, right? Like, they're clean.
of
bro.
Channel 5, the largest independent
You learn
crowdfunded
lessons
newsroom
from these
in the
people,
United
too,
States.
shit.
The following interview is with Hunter Biden, the controversial, storied son of former President Joe Biden, who issued a full and unconditional pardon for Hunter during his final month in office, shortly after Hunter was found guilty of tax-related crimes and being an illegal drug user in possession of a firearm. Hunter has yet to speak to the media about this pardon and hasn't done a televised interview in years. In fact, aside from a very limited and
That makes that crazy. How the fuck, bro? How did this YouTuber get his hands on Hunter Biden, bro? Right? Like, before Hassan. or
controlled
someone
press run to
else.
promote his new book, Beautiful Things, in 2021, Hunter hasn't
Like
given a
NBC,
single statement to the
CNN,
media,
bro.
especially
We're
in
on
regard to
YouTube.
the
What the
laptop
fuck?
scandal that was a crucial component in the Stop the Steal movement back in 2020, wherein millions of Trump supporters alleged that Joe Biden was being controlled and manipulated by nefarious foreign actors who leveraged their business connections with Hunter to peddle influence in the White House. As I mentioned, this alleged intel connects to private messages and emails that were found on a laptop that Rudy Giuliani and his lawyer claim, Hunter left in a computer repair shop in Delaware sometime in 2020, where after the laptop repairman, John Paul Mac Isaac, pictured here, essentially leaked its contents to the world. Along with evidence of alleged corruption, tax evasion, and influence peddling, what was also leaked from the laptop is nearly a decade of private photos of Hunter in the thralls of crack cocaine addiction. All right, in today's interview, we're going to discuss the laptop, the 2020 election, crack cocaine, and more, with an emphasis on recovery and away from gossip.
Like, damn, it's an actual subject in this interview. Like, we're going to talk about crack cocaine and more. Okay.
And family
I'm
drama.
fucking ready.
And by the way, if you'd like to listen to or download an audio version of this interview, I've uploaded a crispy WAV file to the podcast feed of our long-form program, 5Cast, which is available now on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon. All right, let's get into it. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Hunter Biden. All right, Mr. Biden. Thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. How long has it been since you've done a formal sit-down interview?
You know, it's been a while. Been a long while. I had a conversation with Jamie Harrison, who's the former chair of the DNC. He's a great friend, loyal. And I was down in South Carolina for other things and kind of like family down there. So I sat down with him and talked about some stuff, but nothing like this.
What made you feel like now's the time for a official, unedited long form?
Well, I don't know when it is the right time or not the right time. I'm an admirer of your work, and we have a mutual acquaintance. It didn't take me much to agree to be really interested. I think the work that you've done is some of the most interesting commentary on the moment we're living in.
So, pretty much Hunter likes smoking weed, bro, and watching YouTube videos of Channel 5 going to Trump supporter shits and pretty much fucking tearing
The expanded moment that we seem to be continuing to live in from 2020 on. I hadn't seen much of the earlier work that you had done, but I do know that I at least appreciate the sincerity with which you approach everything that you do.
I appreciate it. You said 2020 on. Do you feel like that's the year the world kind of went crazy?
No. I think that's the year that we all kind of woke up to the realization that things are crazy. But no, I think that they've been going crazy for a while. And I don't know whether crazy is the right word. I think that I don't know how interested people are in my take on why I think the world is a little bit crazy right now.
Well, I think there's probably millions of people out there who just want to know.
I already know why, bro. It's because like information is too widely available to everyone, and I hate to sound mean, bro, but I legitimately feel like out of 100%, let's say the population of the world is 100%, right? I truly believe like 55 to 65% of those people are actually unintelligent. Like they don't know how to read nuance or fucking media literacy, just like really basic things, dude. Like everything's a fucking conspiracy nowadays, right? Or something nefarious has to be going on behind everything. Nothing could be a coincidence, or we don't look at the smaller things that happen, right, to coincide into something big happening. It's just like we get fed all this bullshit news in front of us every fucking day, and then there's people like Phil. I think like the average fucking person has the intelligence of Phil. You know, and it's like, yeah, we hate Phil, so like he's a big retard and whatever. But it's like, no, he's not as stupid as you think. It's just like he's just like a narcissistic fucking regular person, bro. He's a regular person with like really sick narcissism. So he thinks he's smarter than he is and shit. But he's like really like average smart.
Personally, I'm great. I tell everybody, and Melissa gets kind of upset with me because it has been.
Social media did. I really blame social media, bro. That's why everyone thinks everything's crazy when, like, no, the world is the way it's always been, right? It's just we could see it. We could see it in front of our faces in real time, hour by hour, day by day, and it's not hidden from us or obscured from us. We're not in our own little bubbles, bro. And it's like drove some people fucking insane.
Obviously, a difficult time. You know, the past 5 years have not.
It's probably like the first people that found out that the earth is round and not a flat piece of paper, and they just lost their minds.
At least from any outsider's perspective, been fun.
That's what
but for me, it's a personal recovery, and being able to maintain that recovery through this and stay clean and sober throughout it. So one thing I allow myself to take some pride in, and I know about my life, is that I survived almost certain death. And I mean, I don't know if you read my book, but I'm pretty transparent about it. Having survived that hell kind of prepared me to be able to make it through kind of the public humiliation that, I don't know any other way to put it, that I've experienced over the past close to 5 years now. And it doesn't seem to stop, but I'm more grounded in who I am and what matters to me and what I'm grateful for on a daily basis than I've ever been in my life. And physically, I'm in a hell of a lot better shape than I was since my last drink or drug 6 years ago.
So it's been 6 years.
Yeah, just over 6 years.
When you say you almost died,
That's crazy, bro. 6 years being clean on crack. That's hard, bro.
can you kind of give us some more context?
I was a drinker, and at the end, my addiction had progressed so much that it was potentially deadly on a daily basis. The thing that was the most concerning and the most real about, facing death was in actuality the alcohol. Once you fall into that lifestyle, and I wouldn't call it a lifestyle because there's no life to it at all, you enter a completely different world in which you're living kind of completely outside of the bounds of any communal norms. I don't know. It's a scary place to be. And I met some of the most truly heroic, astounding, thoughtful, kind people that I've ever met in my life that are living,
In
lives
addiction,
of
yeah.
quiet desperation, not quiet, very loud desperation. But even in that, found space in there.
I think this was actually studied. I know this for sure too, bro. It's so true. It's true, but it's like those drugs, man. Some of the smartest fucking people I've ever fucking met. I met business people, bro. I make money from crypto from someone I met fucking like from rehab. My mom sent me to rehab for weed when I was like 18, I think, dude. And fucking I met a bunch of really smart people that got their shit together and they're multi-millionaires now and shit, dude. Own their own businesses like window washing. One owns a fucking clothing company, bro. I still talk to him, get free clothes once in a while. But like, yeah, some of the dopest people I met, bro, are like the people that you would write off in an instant. You know what I mean?
Hearts for
weird.
empathy
It's those
and
drugs, they
kindness.
really fuck
And I've met
people
some of the
up,
most
right?
awful, predatory people that I've ever experienced in my life.
So you feel that the thralls of addiction do oftentimes swallow up?
Oh yeah, I got made fun of all the time. Like all the time, bro. I got made fun of all the time. But I had leadership positions and shit, and I ended up running the men's fucking side of the rehab, I think, if I remember correctly. Cause like I have my shit together. It's just like I like to party, bro. I like to drink and smoke pot. But like, yeah, no, there was a time I was a club rat. Like I had little club rat phase where I did do coke and ecstasy and went to the club like every fucking night and bang fucking whores and shit. That was like when in my early 20s,
Very
mid
genuine,
20s.
earnest people, but at the same time, that
I must have
underbelly
my
is
shit
home to
together
a
once I
specific
have my
breed of
son,
evil as well.
Like, I
One of
can
the
say
things that I've
honestly.
realized
Got
is
my
that
son,
addiction
bro.
is one of the most universal
Everything finally
conditions.
fucking
I don't
clicked.
know many people
So
that
I
have
gotta
not
get
been
money.
impacted by it
Like
in
money
some way,
forever.
whether it's
Not
addiction
money
to
just to
drugs or
have fun
addiction
for a
to
while,
behaviors.
shit like
They
that.
have the same
I was
dilatory
fuck up.
effect on not just you, but more importantly, on your immediate community, your family, and then it just spirals outward. And I don't know anybody that hasn't been impacted by drugs and alcohol in a really significant way, or at least a way in which it's created trauma in their own personal lives and the lives of those that they really love. And so while it's universal, it's something that we rarely talk about. And it's kind of the way in which we treat drug use it's something that someone else is doing, and that someone else happens to be your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, yourself, your coworker, and it only becomes a problem when it becomes a problem for you.
Do you think that you would have been treated differently by the media if your addiction was to an opiate or perhaps methamphetamine as opposed to crack?
What do you mean methamphetamine, bro? That was a retarded question. I'm gonna call that out. Think people would have treated you differently, say if you were snorting Xannies all the time or smoking meth. Like, no, I'm pretty sure he still would have got drug across the dirt
Kind of has a
like every day,
racialized
bro.
context to it.
Well, maybe I don't know, because it depends upon what media you're talking about. Because I like, what is the media? You know, I think it was just an added bonus for them that they could say crack addict and everybody would go, oh my God, he's a monster.
Like,
So
literally, they would have did it to him if it was alcohol, if it was pot, if it was anything. Bro, I've had people in the DSP community try to drag my fucking face in this concrete as I smoke pot, right? And I hate Rich, but it's always bugged me how people get on his ass how he smokes pot or how he uses weed. It's just like, shut the fuck up. It's like a lot of people don't use anything. They don't. And I understand that. And that's your choice. But not everybody is like you or and normal, you know? Fuck. I need to hit some weed or I'm gonna fucking kill
I
somebody.
think for those that
sometimes.
wanted to use it as a
What I
bludgeon,
do for a
it just
living.
was, it's easier when you slap the word crack addict onto it. It made me a lot easier target for the Don Juniors of the world, you know, the Marjorie Taylor Greens of the world, just because of their inherent kind of.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Alt doesn't probably publicly say that, or he doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not a part of who he is or his brand or anything. So there's nothing there to mock. Oh yeah, he takes the edible once a week. That's fine. That's why I hate Alt, bro. That's why I fucking hate him. He's the biggest fucking hypocrite in this whole community.
Meanness
In the
about
DSP
things.
community.
But I'm
the
not a
biggest
victim
fucking
here. I was a
gripping
crack
piece of
addict.
shit
You
in
know,
there.
I wrote about it. We were transparent
I'm the
about
only
it.
one
I
that
wasn't
sees it and
naive
feels
to the
like it.
idea that somehow that would be something that anyone or everyone would be able to fully comprehend and have empathy for. We're lacking empathy across the board, not just for Hunter Biden. But I guess I was a little bit surprised in terms of a lot of people in the press, whether it was the New York Times or the New York Post, kind of dismissed addiction as somehow unique to my family, or without taking into account what they were doing to other people that were looking to get clean and sober. One of the things about getting clean and sober, at least I've found, I don't know what your experience in your life or with your friends or others is, one of the things that
hard,
keeps
bro.
us in the cycle of addiction is our guilt and our shame, is the lies we tell ourselves and the lies that we tell the people that we care about the most. And you get clean and you get sober, and what ends up happening is you still hold on to these secrets. Like, I smoke crack. I was a crack smoker.
a
They know
crack
that I did
smoker, yeah.
cocaine, or they know that I was drinking, but they don't know that I was also an inveterate drug user. And so you keep that secret, and the
crack.
guilt
Look, I
kind of
feel
boils
that,
up.
bro.
And the only place that you can talk about it is in rooms full of virtual strangers, which is really helpful. But it isn't it doesn't release you from that awful feeling that I'm about to be found out, and that anxiety. And so then you get triggered, and your brain tells you to do the only thing that it's learned how to do, is that
lie,
you need to
hide.
save yourself. And the fastest way to save yourself is a drink or a drug. So you get caught in this loop. And the favor that
Well, no, that's how you cope. That's the coping. That's how you cope with like the lies you tell yourself. But the first thing an addict does is lie, right? And try to obfuscate or put on like this face like they're more righteous than they are. When you know damn well they smoke crack. And I've been saying this for years, right? Hunter Biden is a type of person. I used to get so much shit because I joked about Phil sniffing pills because he snorts a lot, right? And I was joking, but I used to tell people, used to get pissed at me. It's like, bro, everyone does drugs, okay? There's judges right now that are doing drugs before they send people to prison for that shit. There's fucking cops probably smoking some pot. I seen it. I showed you guys shit. A cop that confiscated some guy's fucking weed pen and he's hitting the fucking weed pen, bro. You know? Like, drugs isn't this like extraterrestrial thing that only happens to like or is consumed by what you think are just like the worst and the most lowest dregs in society. Rich people, fucking affluent people, fucking your school teacher, bro. I just watched a fucking police body cam video of a teacher getting busted for being drunk. the first day of school, and then that bitch got busted for being drunk at court. You know? So it's like people see someone like me, a cook, a black fucking cook, and be like, yeah, he does drugs. And they'll write you off. Hey, criminal, does drugs, hump for rump. But it's like people like Hunter Biden, bro, they get such a wide berth to like recover and get better and then to actually teach things to people, bro. I think it's crazy. Like drugs are and this is me saying this. I like drugs. But fucking like drugs are bad in the way we interact with them on every facet, like from the addict to like the fucking justice system to the recovery system. It literally fucks people up, just like prison, right? It teaches people how to be worse and better fucking addicts and to keep doing this shit, bro.
They did for me.
Because like people see drugs like raping people sometimes, bro. I've seen that shit. I've experienced it. They write you off like you're a fucking rapist and shit, dude. It's crazy.
I don't have any more secrets. Now, not everything that's been said about me is true, but there are the things that most people would be very embarrassed about. I've been very open about. I spent more time on my hands and knees picking through rugs, smoking anything that even remotely resembled crack cocaine. I
think that's what bugs me. Like everything could be a drug. I think we all have these vices and issues, and depending on what it is, right? We could all look at each other and judge each other and make an ick face and shit. I just don't like how, just people that have never done a drug or have never been in a certain experience of life try to write off other people instantly, right? Because like societal norms tell you like, oh, this person did a drug. This is a bad person, bro. One of the first things I learned as a youngster, bro, all my friends sold drugs and shit when I was a kid, bro. I was 8 and I learned this lesson. And they said, chill. I'm not gonna tell you who or when, but it was like, chill. I'm not a bad person because I sell weed, bro. And I remember something clicked in my head. It's like, no, this dude isn't a bad person. He just sits here, smokes weed, we play video games, and he sells it to people. What's so bad about that? But like for harder drugs, yeah, like people get addicted, and it's like a societal poison, depending on what it is.
More
right?
Parmesan cheese than anyone, and so I don't get triggered in the same way. But the thing that scares me is for people that look at the way that I'm treated in the media, whatever the hell the media is, and think, do I want to get honest?
Well, fine. It's fine you don't do drugs. I won't judge anyone that doesn't do drugs or do drugs, really. It's all about, like, what are you doing, right? Like, dude, if you're doing drugs, there's people that could do drugs and never have an issue and never cause an issue in society. But it's like, obviously, that's not the fucking case for a lot of people. So I wish there was just like, I don't know. I just wish we saw this more as like an illness. It's actually like a fucking, like a defect of the mind, bro. And I can't pinpoint it, but it's like these fuckers can't control their impulses or
to
nothing.
me, if you look at that as a test case, better to keep some things.
And like judging these people, I think that's what it is. We talked about shame yesterday and sexual assault, right? Shame is what keeps some people from admitting they have a problem and trying to fix it. It's like the way society shames people sometimes, bro.
Unsaid. And I think that's really dangerous for people, at least in my experience with recovery.
As far as the media goes, what do you think are the 3 craziest things you've heard about yourself in the press?
Oh my God, the list is forever and forever. They got stuck on for a while, even Fox News, that I funded the Wuhan lab. I said that to someone a long time ago on camera as in response to a question like you just asked. And you got to be really careful. Somebody's going to be able to cut that and say, I did not fund the Wuhan lab.
I did.
Yeah, you did? Yeah, exactly. Me and George Soros. Supposedly me and George Soros have a lot in common. The one thing I'm positive we don't have in common is that I am very, very far from being a billionaire. But those conspiracies are kind of the craziest. I just heard Jake Tapper is going on TV saying that, I basically acted as the chief of staff.
I think Hunter was driving the decision making for the family in a way that he was almost like a chief of staff of the family.
Does that strike you as pretty bizarre?
Oh, bro, I'd be spurging out in this interview. Fuck! Can you imagine a Chill Murray interview? I'm being brought up, and I'm just like, no, bro. I'd be like, fuck Jake Tapper. That fucking F word, bro.
I think I spent 12 days in the White House
I should sue
in
him.
the last 2 years of the administration.
Dude.
I had a lot of other things going on. I think the one that was like you feel like you just got hit in the gut, by an elephant, is when Rudy Giuliani and Bernie Kerik went to the Newcastle County Courthouse here in Delaware and talked about me being involved in, I think, child sex crimes and stuff like that. And I mean, literally with nothing. That one was the last and the only one that was kind of hard to wake up from. Is like how do you ever take that out of somebody's head after they've heard it, But I mean, truly, the list just goes on and on.
Did you try to sue for defamation or damages or anything after that?
No, and I mean, I am in a defamation suit right now. I mean, one of the craziest ones is what Patrick Byrne has said about me. And let me get this straight. He said that I was the key person in ensuring that the sanctioned Iranian oil money that was being held in South Korea was released at the behest of myself and somebody in Pakistan. And I took a 10% fee off the $8 billion for my family.
We have to give 10% to the big man. You're the big man, I think.
And then I had traveled to Tehran and to the Middle East in 2022 and 2023 in order to effectuate this. And then that ultimately, his followers made the direct connection that money was used to fund Hamas for the murder of over 1,400 Jews on October 7th. That's the kind of stuff. And now, I know you guys look and say, but who believes that? I don't know. The million people that read that tweet, I had one guy in California who is I don't remember his name, but he's associated with SpaceX, a big investor in SpaceX, a very, very wealthy guy, claim just months ago that I rented a house from him and that I trashed the house and I had the Secret Service stiff him on the rent and that
I believe that's a lie. Now that's a story, bro. Why are you telling this story? No bullshit. I don't think Hunter's lying. Up until then, saying I tried. No, but come on, bro. Okay, I don't do my bullshit no more. But that wild nigga's still in my heart. You give me a fancy hotel room, a bottle of alcohol, and like a couple grams of weed, something's getting fucked up in that room at some point, bro. I might stiff you with the bill, especially if I know I'm the president's son.
I had to pay him with the...
That's the kind of shit I totally believe Hunter Biden did. If someone told me Hunter Biden, bro, that motherfucker was high one time. He took a shit on the floor in the hallway of the Oval Office. I'd be like, I really wouldn't be able to refute that. He was on some bullshit.
Book of art made of my own feces.
His ex-landlord claims he stiffed him on a whopping $300,000 in rent. What happens to the back rent?
And one thing I noticed about Trump, what he does, bro, is accuse and say that other people are doing things that he is doing or is done, bro. I swear to fucking God. All Trump does is just project. Right, he stole the election, bro. I bet you, bro. Who knows? Maybe Elon Musk and him were able to fiddle with some fucking computers, right? I don't know. I'm not saying that's true. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that's what I notice about Trump and them. Hunter Biden is helping get all these favors from foreign countries. I just saw Trump be given a fucking jet from Saudi Arabia, bro. You know what I mean? I always see Trump saying someone does this, they're pedophiles, but it's like he's sure being dodgy about releasing those Epstein files. He always says someone's a con artist, right? But who's the one selling fucking fake gold shoes and crypto coins and shit and benefiting from it? Right? It wasn't Biden or Obama, bro.
That Hunter Biden owes my family. Is that pardoned now?
And
that's why I can't really
how insane is that, right?
I can't take all the things Trump says on face value because I see him as a lowcow. I don't really respect Trump Like, I don't hate Trump like a crazy leftist, but I see people for what they are when they show me who they are, okay? And it's like, nope, there's too many similars between this fucker and DSP. They're different people, but I've seen so many people try to compare Phil to like Stalin and Hitler. While there is some similarities how they administratively do things, right? It's like, no, if there's anyone Trump is actually, or Phil is just like, it's Trump, dog. Right? Like, yeah, they're just grifters and they run a cult. He said that about the tractors. Who's the one really running a fucking cult? Who's really the guy running a grift every fucking day?
But you look into the background of this person, and he's a major investor in SpaceX. He's probably worth a few $100 million, and he has this huge following on X. Elon Musk retweeted that, and it went, and it went viral.
It's pretty messed up, man. There's also some people, though, who just think that if you leave the country, you're a spy. You know what I mean? Like, why is he going so many places?
No,
me?
Bro, I'm telling you, Trump. Fuck, I said Trump. Phil would never release the DoorDash files. They would never be released. I'm trying to tell you, okay? He would blame Kat. Kat said that she would show you guys the DoorDash files, but she has to work today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The really interesting thing is they created this a character that is both in some sense a ne'er-do-well fail son that has not ever accomplished anything, and a criminal mastermind all in one. I kind of feel like pick one. Most of my travel during that period of time when my dad was vice president, and by the way, I didn't travel anywhere when my dad was president. I don't think I left the country. But during that time, I was the chairman of the board of what's called the UN World Food Program. And I was also chairman of the board of the Truman National Security Project, chairman of the board of the Center for National Policy. I was a professor at Georgetown University, adjunct professor for over 4 years in the master's program of the School of Foreign Service. I taught a course on advocacy, and largely based upon the implementation of a thing called PEPFAR, President's Emergency Plan for Aid Relief in Africa. And as the chairman of the board of the UN World Food Program, it's kind of like what you know of, like as a kid growing up, like UNICEF. UN has voluntary aid organizations in which each nation state that is a part of the UN voluntarily contributes to the continued operations of UNICEF, UNHCR, UNESCO. All of these organizations are all voluntary aid organizations. UN World Food Program is the largest voluntary aid program in the United Nations, and it is the largest humanitarian organization in the world. It serves over 80 million meals on a daily basis in 72 different countries, and it is the first on the ground because it controls all the airlift and communications for all of the relief efforts globally in any natural disaster or civil war or conflict.
Yeah, but what I noticed, bro, and they're showing all these clips of Africans getting this shit when we all know by now that there's a bunch of African warlords and all their people that look out for these food drops. And like PUBG, bro, they just take the drops as soon as they hit the ground and keep them from all the civilians, dude. And they end up controlling the food sources. So it's like, it's a good I don't know. It's one of those things, money gets wasted, kind of.
The UN, US.
But it isn't because it's being misused and shit like Trump and them like to say. It's because little shit like that. I know that's a thing that's happening, because if I was an African warlord, that's what I would fucking for sure be fucking doing in Africa. Okay, like PUBG, I'd be having my boys look out for the drop, and as soon as they see those foods dropping, we driving out for them, bro. Right?
Is responsible for about 65% of the budget of the World Food Program, which was my responsibility as chairman of the board. And I increased the budget of the World Food Program, which just won the Nobel Peace Prize 2 or 3 years ago, by 50% when I was chairman over my term, to $2.4 billion. It's all gone now. Trump ended all of that. But point about traveling. So I went to the Philippines after Typhoon Haiyan. I went to Kenya to Dadaab when refugees were flowing in from across southern Africa and Ethiopia. I've been to Syria, Lebanon, and Jordan, and I've been to all over the world. 75% of my travel during that period of time was on behalf of the World Food Program and other, NGOs that I worked on behalf of.
So I want to back all the way up to the very, very beginning. little short bio. Or we could do a long bio too. So you're born here in Delaware or born here in
on the
Pennsylvania?
side, about 30 minutes in or so, we're gonna take a break. Like I said, I'm not trying to like rip off these people's work. I'm not trying to like essentially steal it and lazily react. I'm actually reacting to shit. But go fucking sub to Channel 5. I'm not sub to them, but I've seen a bunch of their shit. And I would call them a center left channel. They definitely are not right leaning, dude. Okay, but they're pretty fair and biased, and they go out to riots and protests, and they'll interview people. That's what he does. He interviews people and shit at these big political things that happen in America, right? Like he's interviewing Hunter Biden. This is like a big thing right now, I think, dude. So yeah, I'd sub to them. If you're a right leaning person, I give their shit a chance. Give it a shot.
In Delaware.
Okay.
Don't be giving the far leftists, like I would say the same thing for the far right. Like, try to give people a chance and don't just outright attack everything about yourself and shit like that, because I totally get the turn off.
In Delaware.
Yeah, Wilmington.
Wilmington.
10 minutes from here, 15.
What are your thoughts on Wilmington, Delaware? Nice place?
Oh, yeah. One of the things that I still do love about the East Coast and Delaware and the Mid-Atlantic is the history.
But no,
and so
I got to set up this fucking second camera. I have it set up, but I got to make sure it like actually works because I dropped it the other day. And if it works, we're going to take a break to bust open this graded card and see what grade I got, bro. I think I got a 7, but I hope it's obviously I hope it's a 10. But if it's a 10, bro, this card is gonna pay for my kid's whole fucking college as soon as Tetsuhara dies. Like, we already know what card it is, but we had to get it graded, bro. And it got sent back to me all the way from fucking Japan. So I had to wait like 3 weeks for it to get back.
a little bit of a history geek.
But it's a
Yeah,
big
because
thing.
Delaware
It's a
doesn't really
big
get
thing
much
for us here
representation
on
because you got
Turmeric
Philadelphia,
70.
powerhouse of history and culture. You got Rocky, a lot of other things going on
getting
there,
into
too
trading
important
cards
stuff.
and
And then,
We agree on that. I'm basically living in a suburb of Philly. Yeah.
well, I don't want to say that, but you got Baltimore, The Wire.
Yeah.
You got people on horses in the streets out there,
Yeah.
people on ATVs. And then Delaware's kind of sitting in between. People know that it's a corporate tax haven. People know that the Biden family's from there. What's something that people don't know about Delaware that they should?
Delaware's the first state. I don't know if they should know this, but it's the first state to ratify the Constitution. When Thomas Penn basically colonized
I didn't know
Pennsylvania,
that.
he carved out Delaware, and we called
I
it.
feel like that's something I should know. But like, bro, dude, America's education system is kind of shitty. I don't even think they taught us that in school.
The,
bro.
the diamond and the jewel in the crown of the colonies. Delaware is almost a state of almost all coastline. Here's the thing that's interesting about Delaware. Delaware is geographically and historically and emotionally both a southern and a northern state. So the northern part of the state feels very much like Philadelphia. The southern part of the state feels very much like South Carolina.
So do you see like Confederate flags in Dover?
Maybe not Dover, but definitely Gumboro. I think that the National Association for the Advancement of White People started in Gumboro, Delaware.
How are they doing?
I don't know. I did a long time ago.
Seems like they're doing pretty well.
I think they probably had a real comeback, but that's because Delaware.
Oh, bro, that's some salty ass shit. That's some. So the blacks have one. You should have one for us, dude. Come on, man. Y'all top of the leaderboards. The fuck you need a national advancement of white people fucking organization? What? I'm about to die. That shit took me out. I didn't know they did that, bro.
It was a slave state that fought on the side of the Union.
That's funny,
And
bro.
the Mason-Dixon line, actually,
funny to
Delaware is
me.
the only state the Mason-Dixon line does not bisect. And that is because it starts at our western border.
Did it give you a card? Bro. The NAACP, the black person version. I don't even know if they give you cards. I'm not even a member of that shit. And I feel like I ain't been advanced because of them. It's just one of those things, dude. It feels like whites had to make one because they were just like, I don't know, they felt a little miffed, they felt a little salty, like that white replacement theory shit.
The actual line for the Mason-Dixon line, and
Well, the
right in the
blacks
middle of the
gotta
state.
have an
So there's
advancement
3 counties in
program.
Delaware, and if you go below the canal, you're in
I'm
the
working
southern part of
Jiffy
Delaware,
Lube.
Kent and Sussex.
And you were born in the 70s?
I swear to God, I work at Jiffy Lube. I'm not rich. Why do the blacks gotta have this and that? And it's like, hey, I get it. I guess I can put myself in your shoes for 2 seconds. All right?
I was born in
I
1970.
get it.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Wow.
what the
Yeah.
fuck,
A couple
man?
years
I'm
after the
chopped
Summer of
liver, I
Love.
guess.
Yeah. My brother was born 1969, February 3rd, and I was born February 4th, 1970. And my sister
Sorry, that
was
fucking
a
took
year
me
and a
out
couple
for a
months after
second,
that,
bro.
in 71.
Now, I know that you've talked about this story before, but there was a tragedy pretty early on in your life. Can you kind of tell people what happened for those who don't know?
Yeah, my dad got elected to the Senate on December 18th of 1972, so I was almost 3 years old. And my brother, myself, my little sister were with my mom and the dog in a station wagon, and we were hit by a tractor trailer. My mother and sisters were killed instantly. My brother and I were trapped inside the car, but they got us
Holy
out.
shit,
And
bro.
I had significant head trauma. My brother basically broke almost every bone in his body and was in traction, and we were in the hospital together for weeks. And family and this community saved us. And my aunts and
Bro, some shit like that happened to my dad. That's how my dad's mom died, bro. That's fucking crazy. Like, what's up? Like, just like traffic standards and safety were just garbage back then, bro. Holy
uncles
fuck.
moved in with my dad, and he figured out a way to be with us and be a dad to us and also be a senator, commuted every day. And so I grew up here. I mean, I spent a lot of time with my dad. My brother and I had this rule with my dad, is that we could go with him whenever we wanted to. And kind of no questions asked. And obviously we didn't take advantage of it, otherwise it would have gone away, but we were smart enough to do that. But we spent a lot of time on the train going down to the Russell Senate office building with my dad, and just to be with him. We did everything together. The thing about my mom and my sister dying and my brother and I being in that accident, it's like the realization that I have with addiction and being someone public is that I'm in no way unique. You know, everybody's had a tragedy in their family. And when you're in the public eye and as transparent, I think, as my family has been about those tragedies, and whether we wanted to or not, you have this incredible wellspring of other people that come to you and want to talk to you about your own experience or their experience. Like, how'd you get through it? And like, I had the same thing. And you realize that we are almost all universal in that way. Is the one thing that binds each and every one of us is not necessarily love. People can go through life without being loved. It's not the only.
I hate this shit because personally, I'm just like, bro, we're all human beings. Like, I like to see the day when we all kind of just have that mindset, right? Like, not to be all corny, but like, oh, I don't see color. But it's like, bitch, if I cut you in the stomach, I cut myself open, it's the same body parts, same gut spilling out, same blood, right? Like, nation and fucking humanity, bro. We're all humans. It's not like I'm a fucking tortoise and you're a fucking goddamn elephant, dude. We all should have the same overarching common interest, dude, as a species, as safety and comfortability and food and water and shit, bro, right? Like,
Experience that we will all.
nobody should be working 2 fucking jobs, bro, trying to juggle that with kids and all this other crazy wackadoo bullshit. Like, we should all just be chilling.
Have between the time we're born and then we die is pain. And being able to recognize pain is a thing that connects us all. Is a real gift, I think, at least, and given me a lot of strength when I need it.
Yes, I get it, but like, I hate Donald Trump, and I would still sit through a Donald Trump Jr. interview, you know? Like, I hate Trump, and I hate fucking Don Jr. and his stupid, retarded fucking kids. But I told my boss this the other day. I'm interested in other people's stories, bro. Like, I am. I like trying to do things on a human level. So I can hate your guts, but I will try to fucking listen to you. If not for 10 minutes or an hour. Like, you know, they might have interesting stories that I can relate to, of like hanging out with dad, right? And some bullshit like that. I don't know, bro, but you know, You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel that particular experience
the point of
impacted you growing up?
But
I don't know. I think it's something that's a lifelong journey to be able to figure out what that kind of a trauma has on you. I don't know. I mean, I used to fight against the idea that it had anything to do with my addictive behavior. I don't fight about that as much anymore. It kind of makes sense to me in a way. I think that some of the genetics make sense to me in a way too. But in terms of that trauma and how I see it today, in the way that people responded, it's all about the love that I experienced during that time. I look back and I think of the way in which my family surrounded me. I was given the gift of having known and having two mothers that I consider my mom, both of them, my birth mother and my mom now. And I feel incredibly lucky for that. Instead of thinking of it as some tragedy, I feel incredibly lucky that I had my aunts and uncles that literally moved in with us. And I got the experience of having an extended family. My uncle is my best friend in the world, outside of my dad and my brother. And that, I don't know whether we would all be as close if it weren't for that. But you know, I mean, you come from a big Irish Catholic family. This isn't like, oh, woe is me. Yeah. You know, I mean, everybody's gone through this.
It was definitely a cultural kind of instinct to not allow ourselves to be defined by traumatic events and to take responsibility for the way that, you know, we've handled things that have happened.
Oh, yeah, I think so. And I think ultimately at the end of the day, we all have to take responsibility, regardless of the reason. The consequences aren't always fair, but I think the biggest question is whether you use it as an excuse or do you use it as a catalyst to be more empathetic with other people and also yourself.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, and it sounds like the kind of double-edged sword you're talking about, or the flip side of the coin, is that even in the wake of tragedy allowed for your extended family, like your uncles and stuff, to become closer because they recognized that you needed like an extra layer of support. And so do you feel like without that happening, there wouldn't have been as strong of a bond within the family?
I don't know. I do know this, is that my family is just incredibly close-knit, but I can't imagine that, I mean, obviously, yeah, I think your relationships are forged by the circumstances, and the more dire and consequential the circumstances, the stronger the bond. I mean, I don't know what your experience is, but I do know this, is that I feel very lucky, and the reason I feel very lucky is because this state,
I want to get past like family and all mushy good
kind of a suicidal thought. I said, "You got any crack?" She sold me crack, and then that was it. From there, it just progressively got worse and worse.
What kind of places did it take you?
Physically, it took me to, I mean, like geographically, it took me to some, you know, the worst parts of any city, town, state that you've been through. And, you know, I mean, I know that you've been through these places I've watched, but, you know, it takes you to, metaphorically and literally, to the Super 8 motel off the highway, rooms for rent on an hourly or daily basis, you know, for tens of dollars. And that's kind of where it takes you.
Takes you to public housing too.
Yeah, and not safe places. Places people live, but, you know, not safe places.
How long was the run for after you saw bicycles?
And that was in 2016, and then June of 2016, about almost 3 years. Wow. Yeah. Now, there were periods where I would stop. I would try to get help, or half try to get help, or appease people in my life and say that I was getting help. And so I did a whole host of different things to try to pull myself out of it. I did try, and people would come in and out of my web and try to help me, and my level of toxicity would drag them down until they would kind of like disappear. And then people that would come into my life that were nothing but blood-sucking leeches that would literally saw vulnerability and latched on and drained me of literally every thing that I had, whether from emotional well-being to my physical well-being to my bank account. And that was the ebb and flow for almost 3 years until I met Melissa. The one thing that is true about it is that, as I said before, I met some people in that period of time that are living and have no escape. I had an escape, my family. I thought that I had
fucking lucky. Literally, that's why he's clean. And I'm trying to tell you, I think it's an actual statistic. I might be wrong. I have to do research on it. But they say only, like, out of 100%, only 10% of people in addiction end up getting clean, bro. Like, and staying clean and shit like that. You know what I mean? And those are kind of the more luckier ones. Like, they have good support systems, and maybe they have more money and things that keep them out of the things that perpetuate things like addiction, right? Like not being able to pay your fucking bills or something.
burned all bridges. There was no exit. You know, I was in a hotel in a big city, and I don't want to name it the city, and this drug dealer who had pretended kind of to be my friend, would organize these, things around me where they just would live off of me for like days at a time, and they'd get hotel rooms and they'd bring people in, and you'd be like a big party, and I would find myself invariably kind of like trapped in the room and kind of trotted out to deal with hotel security or whatever at any time. Someone had given me something, and there was a spa tub, like a big hot tub pool, and they had found me floating face down in the pool. And this person saved me, and I woke up after about 12 hours where they just held me. My whole point of the story is that this person put themselves at an enormous risk to save my life for nothing other than to be human, because every single other person that was there, literally, they stole the shoes off my feet, stole my clothes. I've gotten over the fact that, Matt Gaetz or Eric Trump is going to like use this story as another, data point for like how fucked up Hunter Biden is. But I don't give a shit anymore. And what I don't give a shit about is because people, even in the midst of their addiction, some people can be so incredible and generous and humane and caring. And I mean, this person had literally nothing to gain, and I don't even know their name, but they saved my life, and they sat with me and they nursed me back to health until I was good enough to be able to get up and realize. But I mean, literally, for what? The most likely outcome for them was that the hotel walk in and and I was dead, and they get blamed for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess my point is that I think I was worth saving, and I think there's millions of people out there that are suffering from addiction that are worth saving.
You mentioned one thing earlier that I thought was pretty interesting, is that, you would take breaks throughout this period of time.
Yeah.
And I think that when you're in active addiction, especially, those tolerance breaks can give you the illusion of control. Because you're like, oh, I'm just going to chill for a bit.
It's the oldest story in the
so
book.
good at, moderation.
Yeah,
wow,
but
I'm
get
the
better.
best. But in your mind, you're like,
My sister's doing that shit on pot right now. It's funny. Like, what? She came over the other day, and I tried to give her some weed. I was like, hey, here's a couple nuts, yada yada. She's like, oh no, I ain't smoking during the weekdays no more. I'm smoking on the weekends, and I feel so much better. Brah, brah, brah. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, you gonna be back. I like the devil on her shoulder, dude. I'm like, bitch, you gonna be back here, okay? I got you. I got you. Come by, you need some pot or
chilling so that I can mentally be on board for the next bender.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about?
100%. And I mean, it's the oldest story in the rooms, at least my experience, is that so many relapses start with the assumption that, well, look, I can smoke pot. Mm-hmm. Or, I can drink beer, which is not hard liquor. Or, I can drink, but I'm not going to use hard drugs. Or I can take prescription drugs and not drink.
Yeah.
And or like the very beginning, I remember when I first thought, like, maybe I should stop drinking so much. You'd say, well, you know what? I'm not going to drink for the month of January. And I don't know how many people that I know do that, but I would make it 10 days, and you say, well, I'm not going to drink.
I have to get some medals.
First 10 days of January.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I'm not going to drink on weekdays in January. And then it's like, well, I'm not going to drink on Wednesdays in January. And it's like, fuck it. But yeah, you know, you tell yourself that. And it's the same with any, you know, you get 30 days away from the drug, but you haven't created any new habits. And you put yourself right back into the environment in which you were using. And all of your problems have just built up and built up and built up. And that anxiety comes crashing down on you. And you don't have any outlet other than your brain. And this is the thing that people don't understand is this. Why do addicts drink and drug? Because it works.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Because it works. That's funny. I mean, I guess you're really fucked up like that. All right, what else we got in the pocket? Oh, shit, bro. I guess Phil's going nuts. He went nuts last night, right? Fucking begging for cash and all that good shit, dude. So I guess we'll get into that in
Let's
a
take
second.
a quick break here and look at the media coverage of Trump's executive order to cut funding for PBS and NPR across the U.S. A political move that will have massive ramifications for how the country is informed. As we know,
bro,
different outlets push.
That's some fucking goddamn evil nigga shit. Like, what? Why are you gonna cut funding to PBS? You know what I mean? It's just like, you just like being a dick to be a dick kind of shit, bro. Alright? I don't care what you think about PBS, but poor children like me looked forward to seeing like Arthur and Zoom and all those stupid fucking shows. And what was that one about math? They had one about math, bro? I suck at math, dude. I don't suck at math like I did as a kid, but I hate math. And they had that one fucking show that was all about math, bro. And those shows were dope. You got his fucking fat dickhead Trump going, take the money away.
Different agendas, shaping the story to fit their own narratives, which is why independent reporting matters, and we here at Channel 5 are 100% committed to bringing y'all raw, unfiltered coverage straight from the streets. But before we hit the streets, we get informed using what you might ask, ground news. Ground news is a dope-ass news aggregate that lets you see exactly how different media outlets, left, right, and center, are covering the same stories as they unfold. Here you can see, using the ground news bias distribution tool, how the left and right are covering Trump's executive order quite differently. For example, the left-leaning NBC News headline reads, "Public..."
I swear, all these political channels are sponsored by this shit. And I'm like, sponsor Joe Murray. I'm actually like fair. I'm kind of fair politically. Fair enough, bro. For kind of being a leftist, right? Like shit, fucking sponsor me, bro. Fuck, give me some of those ducats. Joe Murray,
check out Dark Side Phil the Lol Cow in Philip.
Man, it sure. No, but I guess last night, bro, and you know, I be popping my head in the Phil shit to see what's up, and if it smells like poop, I walk out. And like, damn, no, you could totally tell Phil's like trying to ingrain like how LTG treats his fans into how, like, you know, Phil does his shit. Because I know Phil looks at LTG and he's like, he turns the camera off. He does this, he does that, he still makes money. If I did that too, I'd probably make more money. Like, Phil's just like a retard like that. He thinks like by adding how someone's, you know, okay, this is the best way I can explain it in my retard head. The way Phil is working right now, bro, is the way I beg works, right? Like, it works. I get my money anyway. The way I beg, like, PPP, it gets me what I want when I'm not getting anything. But if I beg, like, LTG and add that stink on top of it, right? I'll get probably more on top of what I already get. He has, like, this simpleton, fucking, like, dumb little puppet brain like
It would be great if you're going to support it during the stream before.
These are LTG vibes he's starting to exude. And I find it like, clicked in my head. It all snapped into fucking place, right? It's like, holy shit. Like, he's trying to bag, like, PPP when he's like, let's get some subs. But now he's trying to, like, at night, he's testing it. He's testing he's dipping his toes into being an actual fucking prick about giving money. Oh, turn the camera off. You know, you'll add that fake ass chuckle on the end, dude. But yeah, no, Philly, he ain't up to no
I'm
good.
offline. Because chances are one of these times what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be gone. I'm not even going to know that the gifted subs came through because I'm not even going to be here. You know, I was literally about to record the daily wrap and then I'm off uploading, editing thumbnails. I'm done. I'm not even looking at streams anymore. So I wouldn't have even known that those had come in. I know what happens sometimes is people want to support, but they can't make it to the stream. Other times, I will be honest with you, I think some people like to be the hero. They like to be Superman, right? When the entire Justice League is defeated and the day is over and Lex Luthor is standing over them like this in his mech suit and he's laughing, ha ha ha, that's it for good and justice. And all of a sudden, then at the last final hour, Superman punches through the wall and smacks Luthor in the jaw, cracking it open and defeating him, right?
What?
So you want to be a superhero, and I
don't
get
even
it.
think Superman
but
goes down like
we
that,
are
bro.
trying to figure out, you know, what we can do when we can do it. You know what I'm saying? And last week we legit thought that Minecraft was done. Yeah, that's all I have to say is if you like the Minecraft stuff and you want to support it, I need to have support for Minecraft to stay in the rotation. Okay? It has to hit its goal, just like everything else. If it hits it, we keep doing it once a week. If it doesn't hit it, we don't do it. Now, if you're going to support Minecraft, please support it when I'm actually playing the game, not at the very last moment. You know what I mean? Bob wants to transfer his entire bank account over to save Minecraft. Sounds good. Go for it. Let's see it. Put your money where your mouth is. Sounds like a plan. No one has ever called me that term because when I was growing up, all right, I grew up in a kind of almost like a melting pot situation where like next door to me, my neighbor was Irish. The one door down from him was a Puerto Rican family. Across the street, there was a black family. Next to us also was a Puerto Rican family on the other side. So like all around me was all different cultures. So no one like thought, oh, there's one.
He's so retarded. He's just like describing any neighborhood in America. Like, it's America. Why do you think like the saying is America is a melting pot, bro? That's why we're called that. You got everyone from fucking virtually every goddamn nation living here. Phil, you're not unique. Bro, bitch, I got black guy living down the street for me. I'm black. I got fucking Mexicans living across the street. One's an actual illegal. I got meth head whites that got condemned from their home down the street and they live in an RV outside their house now. Phil, I got people of all different kinds. Hell yeah, man, I'm just such a unique person.
One culture that's right or wrong. So literally no one in my neighborhood would ever say racial stuff at all to anyone. Like no one would say it to me. I wouldn't say it to anyone. No one would say that stuff. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, bro, because someone totally off the cuff has something racist to say outside to a white guy. Like, bro, I like my racist white slurs, but I'm sorry. Going outside, right, and hitting a white person with "you're a cracker," it doesn't fucking slap, bro. You know, I'm sorry, but we were able to like submit a really good slapper, like honky. Like all those are so hokey and fucking like cringe as shit insults for whites. They are. So I just call them the hard ER. Cause literally, bro, if you know your history, like, bro, they just took like fucking Spanish and then added American twang on it, pretty much to call black Americans stupid. Stupid. Like a ER is a stupid person. You're inbred, you're retarded. Like, I don't call a redneck. I call him a ER, bro. You know, white people could be hard N-words too. That's how I cope with it in my head. I'm gonna call you a cracker, bro. But that's why I feel stupid. It's like, I was never called anything racist. Like, yeah, bro, because, like, ain't nothing off the cuff be slapping for white people. Like,
even, like, in our minds when we were growing up. And the elementary school that I went to also.
Oh, shit. Hell, rel, motherfucker, bro. One of the OGs of the channel, bro. One of my day ones, my N-word. I appreciate you for renewing for 30 motherfucking months.
Based?
For real, bro. I really appreciate you. All the support you're giving me through the last like 4 fucking years, dude. You ain't missed shit. We're just chilling and bullshitting today. Dude.
Was very multicultural. Like everyone in my class was different. There was a million different races. Oh my goodness. Like everything I just mentioned, plus there was Asians, you know, like Indian, Chinese, Vietnamese, like everything. So no one really cared what race anyone was. So no one's ever actually called me that because no one even gave a crap. No one cared at all. I've never been called that. All right, guys, can we get our first contributor of the night? Either our first super chat, our first tip, a gifted sub on Kick, maybe a membership. Can we get some kind of contribution? And then we'll get started with Minecraft for tonight. And we'll see how the night takes us. Again, if we hit the goal tonight, I will keep playing Minecraft once a week. This week, if we don't hit the goal, it's over. You know, last week it would have been over, but then someone did that last minute bunch of gifted subs to hit the goal after the stream was offline. I don't want to do that this week. I want to either hit it or don't, so we know definitively what we're doing moving forward, okay? Yes, Bob Walters, you said you were going to transfer your entire bank account over to the stream. What's taking you so long? You could have been the first contributor. I don't know why you're dragging your feet. I mean, come on. You're the one who said it, so what's going on? So that is true. Anonymous Tipper says, why would you count support for a stream? For the previous stream, it doesn't make any sense. All right, then, forget it. Then there's no Minecraft tonight. We didn't hit the goal. So we're not doing it tonight. What are we doing instead? Because those subs did not count towards the Minecraft stream, apparently, according to Anonymous Tipper. There you go. What do you guys think? Just cancel the stream right now on the fly? No more Minecraft?
I don't even know how I fucking fucked that over, dude.
Let's do a poll. All right, how about this? If we hit the support goal, we'll do a poll, and the poll will determine if we keep doing Minecraft or if we drop it and do something else starting next week. But we have to hit the goal to get the poll. See? Now, if we don't hit the goal, Minecraft's canceled. If we do hit the goal, we'll do a poll to see if Minecraft is canceled. It's awesome. That sounds good. Okay. All right, so we're not going to have any support to start. All right. I was hoping to at least get one thing on the leaderboard before we began, but I can't wait all night. I do have to boot the game and actually start playing at some point. So let's get started. Here we go. However, since there's been no support, that means there will be no fill. It'll be a fill-less stream. All right. Sounds like a plan, right? All right, here we go. Let's get Minecraft open with no fill. What the hell's this? Get out of my face. Advertising to me.
I swear to God, he thinks it's funny because he's seen LTG do it, bro.
A complete fill-free stream.
That's all I should.
Who's playing? Who knows? It might not even be me. It might be someone else playing. How would you even know? I'm not here.
So stupid, dude.
Looks good. People want me back. Well, you know, that's what happens. I can't feel myself exist. Has done a $2 super chat. He says, we want Phil. Well, thank you, cuz you want me, you got me. Thanks for the first contribution of the night. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. There you go. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. No, apparently LTG literally does what I just did for real. Like, I'm just messing around. Apparently he'll be like, oh, unless like I get...
I'm just messing around. See, you could tell I'm messing around because I was chuckling every time I said something, right? I went, every time. That's how you know. It was just, we were being silly. We were just being silly. I hate Phil, bro.
At $20 right now, I won't even turn on the face cam at all.
I know what you're doing.
And he'll actually stream with no cam or nothing until people contribute, like, and then he'll turn it on.
Why do you think he brought up LTG? Right? If it didn't work, he would have used LTG anyway. You guys don't get it. I was just joking. You see, I was just trying to do a joke. That's what LTG does. And he thinks, oh, he's so better than me. So I thought I could do that joke. But obviously I can't because I'm Phil. Like, he would have pulled some gay shit like that, right? That's the only reason he did. He's like, let's see what we can get away with this. I told you. He is not retarded. but it's like he's so narcissistic. He thinks everyone outside of his shit is retarded, bro, or as retarded as his audience. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna dip my toe and pull an LTG, and they'll never fucking know. And then I'll act like it's a joke, and then I'll put it on LTG does this. You know, it gives Phil like an out for any situation. Like, he is not that dumb, but he is fucking dumb. Like, he ain't never did no con artist shit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this shit works for sheltered retards online, for sure.
Me, I'm just jesting. I'm messing around. I was gonna turn it on anyway.
I was just being silly. See?
Some people are just crazy. All right, here we are.
I'm being a silly goose.
All right, let's do a little bit of an intro because I do want to explain to the viewers who are on demand what's going on, okay? All right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Phil here, and welcome back to Minecraft. It is time for our weekly chill stream. Now, wait a minute. Wait, say what? Our weekly chill stream of Minecraft, how is that possible? Well, you were wondering that, and I wouldn't blame you if you were. If you remember last week, so I've really enjoyed this run, to be honest, but I've definitely noticed the last few times that we've played Minecraft, attendance is dwindling. We don't really get that many viewers. In fact, right now we're starting, okay? We have 172 viewers on YouTube, not even 200 viewers. Over on Kick, I'm willing to bet we barely have any viewers. 70. As opposed to, you know, on a game that people like, it's like 80 to 100. So this is one of my least attended streams that I've been doing. But the reason that I've kept Minecraft in the rotation is two reasons. Number one, I find it relaxing and chill when we're doing fun stuff together and we're interacting and we're talking and we're having a good time. I like that interactive vibe. That's how Minecraft was 5 years ago when I played it. Regardless of what I got done in a given night, as long as we were hanging out and having good conversation, that's what it was all about. And I like that Minecraft has been that for us for the last 2-3 months. But number two, no lie, people have in general supported really well. All right, in regards to that, basically, we hit my support goals when we play it. Now, not every time. There's been once or twice we haven't. But for the most part, we have. But now what's happened is we're in the midst of the summer. Okay, things are a little different. I'm actually juggling a whole lot of games. I don't have time to play them. And I made it clear last week. I said, listen, guys, I like Minecraft, but other things are all competing for my time that people want. So if we hit our support goals and people support it, I'll keep playing Minecraft. But if we don't, then Minecraft's going to go by the wayside, and instead we're going to do something else. So the point I'm making here is, listen, I like Minecraft, but it does seem like always like a last-minute Hail Mary or a big rescue from some hero at the end of the stream. That's why we hit our support goal. It's not like that with other games. Today with Donkey Kong, I hit my goals right as we started playing. Other games I'm hitting right away. It's never like last-minute stuff. So people want other stuff. If you like Minecraft and you enjoy these chill nights, I sure do. Please, you got to support them and not last-minute Hail Mary throwing in subs, after the stream's offline. It's got to be, hey, let's hit the goal during the stream so we all know that it's supported and it's going to continue. Because right now, I would almost guarantee that tonight some people are watching like, wait, what? I thought that Phil said no more Minecraft because we didn't hit the goal last week. Well, technically, you're right. But then we did. So you see how confusing this is? I'd much prefer to always have people know what's going on, including me. So if you like Minecraft, support it tonight, and please do it while I'm playing. Not after the stream is offline, not when I'm saying goodnight to everyone. Let's do it now. Let's hit this goal of $150 of support between all avenues, whether it's tips, super chats and super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, subs or gifted subs. Let's hit it. Let's keep Minecraft in the rotation. If not, it's all good. I would be a little sad, but at the same time, we played it a lot, and we have other things to do. We can always go back to it again in the future. I think what happens is when I play games for too long, they wear out their welcome. Look at Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Look at Blue Prince recently. These games are so long that people get bored. We're over 30 parts into Minecraft, so we're like 40 plus hours into it. So I get that some people are burnt out on it and aren't having too much fun. All right, so there you have it. Now, that being said, we've got some contributions to shout out. What are your opinions on Phil Spencer as the head of Xbox? As a diehard Xbox guy, I'm really disappointed with the Xbox ultimate result of his leadership up to this point. Like, Seriously, like everything he's doing is just so stupid. From a common sense perspective, anyone who has a common sense brain would tell you the things that he's done as a leader have been atrociously bad. But the problem is he's just protected from common sense, right? I mean, look how many mistakes he's made. He's still in his position. I don't remember anyone talking about him stepping down. Thinks that basically Phil Spencer has been cutting the fat, that the people he's cutting he feels are not the people who have talent. I disagree. I mean, you have studios, for example, the ones that just made the studio that made The Evil Within, but then they made the really good action platformer. I forget what the name of it was. It was the music rhythm-based one. They made an insane game that sold well, laid off the whole studio, just fired them all. He's not cutting the fat. He's just cutting what he needs to so that his company doesn't look financially bad. It's desperation.
Oh, man. I hate when Phil rants about Phil Spencer, but I love it because it's just like pure projection, bro. It's just like Phil almost like ranting at himself at another guy named Phil that just looks a little different than him.
It's not strategy. It's, ooh.
This is how you run a successful business, Phil Spencer. While Phil Spencer is smoking a fat fucking cigar in a high-rise goddamn pool on the roof and shit. Don't even know who DSP is, probably, dude.
We need to do this so we're not tanking. And so the shareholders don't complain and the real bigwigs above me don't complain. So we have to just cut these studios off. I mean, name one actual benefit that has happened since Microsoft bought up all of these studios. Besides, a few of the games are under Game Pass and we save money, we don't have to buy them. Can you think of another benefit? Have any of the games gotten better? Has Microsoft increased their portfolio so well with exclusives that people want an Xbox now? It says we have to wait and see what the next titles will be like from Xbox Studios. Dude, they've owned these studios for over 5 to 6 years. How long do you wait? You can't wait 10 years for a product to come out. It's ridiculous. At some point, you gotta be like, listen, either produce or fucking get off the pot. And if they're not producing...
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up when you have game... Like, bro, this dude simped for Starfield, okay? He simped for Starfield, a game that Bethesda claims took almost 10 years to make. And these stupid fucking lazy incompetent assholes, bro, are sitting here showing us Elder Scrolls 6. Here's the logo. But bro, it's like almost 1,100 fucking years later, ain't shit else about the Elder Scrolls. And Phil's gonna suck the dick of that game too, right? He doesn't say all this shit about the Xbox.
It's his fault. He's the one who bought them. He's the one who should be there turning the screws and saying, dude.
And that's retarded when you know game development, like AAA or at least a big dick game that might not be AAA, shit takes like 8 to 10 years to make. You know, like a big girthy fucking penis game, bro. They're like 8 years to make. We've been waiting 20 years damn near for fucking Grand Theft Auto 6.
The work. Do it like this. Here's what we need to do. Here's what we need from you. Not, hey, just pump out a game and hope it's good. Seems like that's what he's doing. He is the freaking person who should know above all else the quality of the game.
I swear, Phil just hates that Phil Spencer's name is Phil. I don't know. But Phil, he gets like into a blackout. It's almost like he blacks out when he fucking rants about Phil Spencer, dude.
That are being made. And he doesn't know anything because he's a fucking dunce. He's paying no attention. And then it's a dud after dud, failure after failure. Avowed. Dude, Avowed has great gameplay mechanics and is one of the most boring fucking stories I've ever experienced for a fantasy game. There is no way, absolutely no fucking way. By the way, I made boots instead of pants. Son of a bitch, I made the wrong thing. There is no way that they gave Avowed into the hands of a gamer and asked them, is this story good? And the gamer said yes. The story is ass. It's the worst part of the game by leaps and bounds. How on earth they didn't know the story was so bad in a story-based RPG, but again, he's so hands-off. He's so not fucking paying attention to anything.
That's Obsidian. Obsidian has a bunch of jackasses, like a bunch of jackass kid DSPs working there.
Not around him. That he doesn't really.
I feel like it's like every game studio, like, bro, game studios, they'll make some crack shit. Now it's all poop because they have a bunch of DSPs working.
Realize things are bad till it's too late. Did a $2 super chat that says, I say banana. Very nice. Oh, yeah. If anyone does a $20 contribution tonight, whether it's a tip, a super chat, 4 gifted subs over on Kick, or even like, what would that be? 7 gifted memberships on YouTube. For a $20 contribution, I will play an animation that ties into Donkey Kong and actually has like sound effects tied to it. Okay? Cool. Wow, I just received a very generous $50 contribution from, I think, 69 bucks of support. So guys, we got some super chats. We certainly got some tips. How about some subs over on Kick tonight? How about the Kick audience support Minecraft to keep it rolling? That would be great. And Kick support would be much appreciated right now. It would help a lot. So please consider it. Okay, so I received 10 gifted subs on Kick from... Thank you for 10 gifted subs. That is awesome and so appreciative. Thank you. I'm so grateful for that. 10 subs is the equivalent of $50 of support. So we are up to 116,
That's
excuse
so much
me.
money, bro. Like, you really have to think about that. You know, I charge like, what? I think like barely $2 for a membership. Because, like, bro, and I straight up tell you, you probably ain't gonna get too much out of me. I'll try, right? But it depends on what's happening in my real life. I try to do what I can for the members, bro. But fucking Phil be charging like $5, $6 a member, but you get less than what I give you, dog. You know what I mean? It's like he values who he is, dude, way too fucking high. You ain't worth $5 a membership, Phil. Okay? You're like worth as much as Joe Murray, maybe even less.
Of support, and we are almost to our goal
That's insane.
for the night and to keep Minecraft in the rotation. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Can I sing the banana song?
Because it's like, bro, 10 memberships, I think that'll probably barely give me like 13, 12 bucks, right? That's like 50 bucks. It's like, what do you get? What do you really get out of Phil, though? Well, I get this little badge next to my name, and I get to look like a somebody in the chat, I suppose, bro.
I don't really know how it goes. I think it goes, I want banana, tasty banana. And one of them is like, put it in your mouth and squeeze. And then another part is like, it comes in denim or something like that. But that's all I know. Like, I legit don't actually know the song like you guys do.
Yeah, you do.
But I don't really know the whole banana song, so I can't really sing it. Has done a 6 sub bomb on Kick. Not enough to get him on the leaderboard. I can't put him on the leaderboard tonight, but that is $30 of support. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, nice and early as well, we have hit our goal, ensuring that we will actually do another Minecraft stream. So thank you to everyone. There's a troll. Okay, I'll get him. I find it impressive what insane level of no-life stalking and loserishness there is. There's someone who hasn't been on one of my streams in months. They're here. Within one stream of them being on my streams, there's an impersonator trying to dox them, putting their real name in the chat. It's been one stream. The guy's been away for months. What is wrong with people? Like, seriously, serious mental illness to be acting like that.
Mental illness?
Okay, so guys, a good first start of the night. Let's split the part. When we come back, we'll regroup, we'll unload, we'll figure out what we want to do next. What sucks is I'm nervous we can't fish now because it's so icy. I don't know how I would do that, right? All right, thank you guys, and I will see you all in the next part of Minecraft. Cool. Okay, so real fast. Number one, I want to stretch my legs, but number two, I got to pee. So let's continue, shall we? All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's time for the second half of our Minecraft chill stream for the week. We just got back from a cave. Now, I played Street Fighter 6 for a year and a half, pretty hardcore. I got like 7 or 8 or more characters to master. And then what happened is, basically, I kind of lost interest in the game because it got too samey for me. Every match felt like, oh, I'm fighting a Cammy. Well, I know exactly how this Cammy's going to fight. I'm fighting an Ed. I know exactly what that Ed's going to do. Because the game is too...
And he's acting like he would proceed to beat these fucking people, right? To a point where he was bored. But it's like, no. Yeah, I would fight a Cammy and she beat my ass. Like, bro, he'd get his ass whooped so bad all the time where he rage quit the game.
How can I say, pattern play focused. The meta is so similar that everyone plays the game the same. And then I was like, okay, I'm giving Street Fighter 6 a break. And then I never went back. You know, Elena's been out for like a month. I don't care. I just don't care. I'm liking playing the classics. I'm enjoying playing CVS 2. Do I go out of my way to try and buy things made in America? If I can, I do, but it is so hard. Really, it is so hard to find stuff made in America because so much was outsourced.
No, it fucking isn't, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? Is he really gonna be like Fox News? Is that all this old fucking retard watch? I bet that's all you want is Fox News. There's nothing made in America! There's nothing. There's not a single thing. I can't get a single pair of pants or a single fucking shirt. Nothing is made in America anymore. This has been super hard. Can't get a single thing. Like, God.
It's like impossible to get most products American made. I wish you could get them all American made and they'd probably be much higher quality. I really don't care about paying a little
No,
bit.
they fucking wouldn't, bro. They wouldn't be higher fucking quality. Because overall, manufacturing, bro, it's not like a craft. You don't have people making the things by hand filled with high quality parts. Even in America, they're gonna use 3D fucking printers and plastic. It's just higher quality in America. No, it isn't. If anything, if you're a retard, you get charged more money because they put it's made in America. And they know retard people are gonna go like, oh yeah, it's made right here at home. It means it's higher quality stuff. Phil's such a fucking market's insane.
More cost if I get better quality, but it's very hard to get, right? No, I've never cleaned or gutted a fish before. When I fished with my dad, we would just do it purely for the joy of it. We were not fishing for like food. So any fish that we caught, we would release and throw back into the lake. So we never actually like gutted a fish.
We were rich white people, so we never fished for food. You know how blacks, they'll fish in canals and stuff for catfish? We're not poor blacks, so any fish we caught, we released them. We never ate food with them. Fucking
Or anything.
You know he gets under my skin.
Yeah, of course it's easy to find made in China because China's such a cheap labor force. Every company outsourced to China, but the quality is way, way, way lower. Like for example, a lot of cheap shirts are made in China. It's really bad textiles. No exaggeration. They will rip, break, fall apart right away. There's other countries.
Okay, I'm getting annoyed, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, any shirt I put on from China, it just instantly fucking explodes and turns into fucking tatters and pieces of fabric, Phil. I've never bought anything made in America. They ain't never broke on me or got a hole in it eventually. Oh my God, bro. They use alien technology in China to make t-shirts. You know, a fabric that's from the planet fucking Pluto. So it's not like America fabric. They don't use synthetic fucking polyesters or cotton. They don't have that in China. So whatever they make in China, it instantly just falls apart on you. Man, like, God, bro.
That do them better. I mean, I'm not even just saying USA, but like India, Egypt.
These are Phil facts. Okay, hold on. That makes it get under my skin a little less, bro. That's hilarious. I like that. I don't know why I never thought of that. We need to call that, huh? These are just Phil facts, bro. Come up with an intro for the segment. Now for another episode of Phil Facts. Like, dun, 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 dun.
Those countries, they also make these things, but they make them good quality. It's just everyone wants to go to China because it's the cheapest labor force, but the quality is way worse. I know for a fact. When I worked at helicopter support, I had dealings with China. My father has worked for companies that had dealings with China, and they always.
Bro, I don't fucking do business in China or anywhere. I sat here and wheeled and dealed a package from Japan. Like, get the fuck out of here, Phil. I done business in Asia.
Try to cut corners. They always try to get, oh, the cheapest price, the cheapest price. But what about the quality? They don't care. They really
don't care. Bro, are you serious? Are you serious when all my Nikes are made from China and they hold up? Like, this is insane. I can't. He's bugging me. He's bugging me with his act. This is like redneck fucking retardation. He's like into.
Don't care.
He literally is like a rich retarded redneck, bro. It's like if you gave some fucking stupid asshole whose mom and dad or brother and sister who lives in a fucking goddamn single wide trailer in the damn woods of Oklahoma, $100,000 and a computer and an internet connection. This is the retarded shit you'd fucking hear, bro. I swear to God.
Where was this overshirt made? I have no idea. This is not like an expensive overshirt. I got this one at a discount store. I bet it's from China. I bet this shirt is from China.
Yeah, well, Phil,
we got about half.
According to your logic, if that shirt's from China, then it should be full of holes right now. Bro, lift your arm up. Lift your arm. If it rips all apart, the shirt should be exploding and melting on your body. Because everything made from China is just, it's made from alien manufactured things that don't hold well on the planet Earth. No one on Earth uses these things to manufacture goods except China. That's why everything from China is so fucking cheap and broken. Right? Because they're aliens. They use alien synthetic fucking technology to make goods for cheap. But you see, when it's cheap, I bet this shirt that's still holding together after 20,000 washes from China, I bet you it's just like gonna fall apart right now because I just realized it's from China.
An hour left on tonight's stream.
He's just like a retarded white asshole, bro. Fuck.
Everyone, just so you know, thanks. You've been a great audience, great interactions, great discussion. I'm having a good time. Thank you for the support. If you support any more, I would appreciate it. We don't have to. We could hit a double goal. We could hit 200. We could hit whatever. Like, we already hit our goal, so I'm happy.
He wants his pie. He wants to eat it too. He wants to be this. He wants to be that. He wants to be respected for this and that. He doesn't want to be looked at as a low-cow, but he also wants to be like a retarded right-wing grifter because he's like, oh yeah, there's money there. There's money here. He's just like a dude. Oh, bro. Oh, fuck. Reel it in, Chill Murray. You're about to fucking really sound hateful. But like, I swear to God, we need to mail this motherfucker a yarmulke, bro. A yarmulke and a Torah. And have him fucking, like, we need to mail him the flag of Israel and a flagpole and just put that in his fucking front yard. This greedy ass motherfucking piece of shit.
If you do a $20,
I'm just gonna be anything so I could pick up any penny off the ground anywhere to abuse everyone else with it.
Contribution, I have a special animation and sound effects saved up for you to tie in with my Donkey Kong Bonanza playthrough if you're interested. It would have to be a $20 super chat tip or a 4-sub bomb. There were days I would go to GameStop and buy 4 games. I would do release day unboxing. That video would go live. I would go play, and when I came to upload...
This isn't... Oh, I need to calm down. But Phil actually looks like an in real life, like, caricature of those Jewish posters they put in Nazi Germany. You know, like the big nose, fucking messy haired Jew that looked like he's going into someone's pocket, like those propaganda posters in Nazi Germany. That's what Phil actually like looks like in real life to me, bro. Okay, that's the cleanest I could say that. Dude.
Release day unboxing would have like 50,000 views.
Like,
that made enough money to pay for all of the games. I didn't even have to make a video of the playthrough yet, and I already made up the cost of the game investment. How crazy was that? 50,000 views. So this video, no lie, made me between $150 to $200. So this probably paid for most of the games before I even uploaded a gameplay video of it. As you can see, by this point already, views had dropped off, only 10,000. Why? Because there was nothing in the boxes. Like, watch. Look, that's the box. Seriously. There's no instruction manual at all. All it is the control.
he's acting like he's owning that we've been calling him out for years, making fun. Oh yeah, see, this is why my views went down, because, you know, I just sent empty game boxes. That's why. So I feel you can't take it back now. You know what I mean? You could feel that vibe. Like, if he could, he would take all this shit back and act like it never ever happened. He would just erase it from everyone's memory. But he's like, yep, that's the thing that happened. I did it. Like, nah, bitch, get the fuck out of here. You actually tried to hype up, bro, like your signature on an empty fucking piece of plastic, dude. You could sell that shit on eBay for like 6 figures nowadays.
Rules of the game, there's nothing in the box at all. Wow, some release day unboxing, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, I have just received, this is insane, a $133 tip. $133 from, he says, hey DSP, I have to admit, I originally found out about you through the—
I swear to God, bro, I'm not even being a dick. If we get like $100 donation, like before the end of like fucking the next month, I'll do Cooking with Chill like ASAP. I'll be able to just do it, dude. I need $100 cash injection.
Tractors, after looking on your streams for a while, I come to the opinion you're not as bad as they make you out to be.
This fall.
That is what most logical people say.
I'm actually making a trailer. Making a trailer. Okay, a trailer of low-cal Cooking with Chill, bro. It's gonna be a fun series. I think it's gonna pop off, dude.
I'm not saying that I don't have my moments. I do. I have moments of uncontrollable rage and stupidity. But in general, my streams are chill and fun. We have a great interactive time together. Everyone gets something good out of it, right? And people tell me, I don't even understand what people are talking about. They seem to emphasize one tiny moment that happened during your stream, and then they act like that was the entirety of your stream, when it most definitely wasn't. And it sucks that I misrepresented as much as I am, but that's just something that I've become used to over the years, because that's all they do. Keep in mind, the reason they're doing it is for profit. It's literally the only reason. If they told the truth about me, then, you know, people wouldn't care about their garbage bunk content, always trying to—
And what would be the truth about Phil? What is the truth about him? You know what I mean? What's the truth? The truth is that, bro, he's a man that sat here and masturbated in front of a bunch of people on stream, right? And then he proceeds to misuse all his fucking money as a grown-ass motherfucking man, okay? It goes bankrupt, defaults on like 15 credit cards, dog, $500,000 in debt, dog, has to declare bankruptcy, lives in a shitty, smelly condo in Seattle. It ain't like he lives in LA or motherfucking New York or even in Phoenix, like good places to live. He picked like some shitty fucking goddamn backwoods northern place to live, bro. Might as well move to Canada. Like, honestly, right? Gets this fucking retarded, mentally unstable woman to live with him, dog. That is a fan of his. It ain't like he met this bitch through a friend or even through a dating app. He treated his own audience like a dating app. Got her to got a fucking mate, bro. Don't get me fucking started on Phil, dude. Okay? And then he wants to add, yeah, man, let me tell you about everybody else. Like,
say that I'm like the devil or whatever.
He is the devil. Like, he is pretty fucking close, dog. He's like a retarded Tony Soprano, bro.
Oh, it does suck, but what can you do? But thank you. $133 from an insanely huge contribution. Okay, so 133 plus 178 would be 311. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, again, I don't know what's going on. There's something in the air. There's something in the water. But people are coming out in droves this week and supporting me. If I have a Wings of Redemption rate
in droves, bro. Okay, after like thousands of people hang out in his shit, and hundreds of people gave him a bunch of money, like 10, 20 bucks. Nah, bro, a couple people gave you like $10, right? And then like the same fucking 2 people gave you like a couple hundred.
he just shouted me out. Why have my viewers gone down on YouTube?
Droves, bro. Droves. When someone says people came out in droves, right? It's like, bro, like thousands of people were here, a bunch of people, and they were showering you with money. Every single person that chatted, almost all those people gave you some amount of money. It was oh, dude, I ain't never seen Phil get shot. Droves of people came out. But no, you see how the way he misuses the English language, bro? Like a con artist to make himself not only feel more successful than he is, but to probably look more successful than he is to the fucking average retard that doesn't pay any attention to anything around them that deeply.
My viewers just went down. Wings isn't even live. Someone's lying. There you go. They did it. Actually did a 5-sub bomb. So they actually did put their money where their mouth was. Wow. Well, thank you to who did a 5-sub bomb. I guess I look like the moron now because I didn't think they were really going to do it. I thought they were full of it, but they actually...
Yeah, this is one of the only times Phil looks like a moron, right? Oh, wow, you actually gave me money you promised me that I felt entitled to anyways. He feels entitled to that shit regardless, bro. If you didn't give him the money, he would have bitched at you like he already fucking had that shit, bro.
He did it. Now we're up to...
Oh, wow, I guess I'm the asshole. I'm the asshole because you actually gave me something and I can't berate you for not giving me it because I thought I deserved it anyway. Like, this dude's insane.
$342 of support for tonight's Minecraft stream. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. All right. So everyone, thank you so very much. I appreciate you. What a great Minecraft chill stream. People came and supported in droves. I hope that you enjoyed the chill interactive vibes, and we'll do it all again next week. Thank you guys, and have a good night. See you next time.
Oh shit, Rue, bro. Thanks for being a member for 21 months. My M-word, bro. The last 2 weeks have been money buffed. Bro, every day with this fucker is money buffed. And don't forget this too, right? The only reason why it looks like he makes as much money as he does is because he actually counts everything. You know, something we've been telling him to do for years. But if he was still doing the old system of not counting super chats and not counting subs and all that shit towards how much money he gets, I swear to fucking my toes. I bet on my fucking toes, bro. This motherfucker would only be making like $25 a stream, bro. Every day it'd be $50, bro. His whole life and lifestyle is propped up by the kindness of others, you know, on the most pathetic fucking shit ever. Shit.
Good stuff, everyone. Really, thank you. I don't know what is happening this week, but what I find hilarious...
Oh shit, Rose is getting promoted? Fuck yeah. Told her, good job. Told her I say good job.
Hilarious is that there actually are actively people right now who are saying, oh, you're falling apart, you're a failure, your business is down, you're doing terribly. Like, what are you talking about exactly? It's like, I think people live in an opposite world because they actually believe it. Like, they actually think that's the case. I don't know what would make them believe that. Just because people don't like me and make shit up doesn't mean it's real.
This isn't a business, and the fact he calls it a business is like one of the first red flags, right? If you're new here, to show you how narcissistically delusional he is. This is a business. This is not a fucking business, bro. You don't even hear the biggest streamers ever call their streams a business, right? Because they actually invest their money they make to make actual fucking businesses. And that's what you hear them talk about. Like, yeah, dude, you know, our stream thing we got going on this, right? Or this, the clothes we got t-shirts and the clothing line's going good. Hump for rump. But it's like, this isn't a business. A fat fucking, a frumpy, white, fucking weird-looking retard sitting in a fucking smelly chair in a ugly, dumbass little tiny bedroom, bro, in the shittiest part of America, isn't sitting here going like, oh, my business. This isn't no fucking business. You don't get shit in return for watching Phil, but a fucking goddamn, but cancer and a headache, bro.
Like, things are going really well right now, you know? Okay. And one final thing.
Only motherfucker benefits from watching this fucking asshole is fucking duty at this point. Maybe like TBS and them, bro.
Thank you to people. Not only did you support tonight, but you supported early so that I knew that the goal was hit. I could relax. And we already knew that next week there's another session. I don't have to sit here waiting for contributions or whatever last minute. Thank you for that. No, really. Because I know it's fun, again, to come in last minute and be like, oh, I'm going to be the hero. Let me do a final bomb or a final tip. But it throws things out of whack. Like, people didn't even know we were doing Minecraft anymore. They thought that it ended last week. You know what I mean? And now, to this week was the polar opposite. People showed up and supported in droves, so thank you for that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you.
Thanks for keeping the lights on in my house. Like, bro, they be paying all those fucking bills.
Yeah. Have a good night. I'll see you in the morning for a chill hangout.
I hate him. I hate Phil, bro. Some people, your hate for Phil's unreasonable. I don't think it is. I truly don't think it is, bro. I don't think he gets enough hate, to be honest. Okay, this is something I'm interested in, all right? We're not gonna finish the whole thing, bro. We're gonna get a little far into it, though. So you guys know, or some of you know, I used to play Escape from Tarkov, bro. I used to stream that shit on Mixer, all that shit. Tarkov used to be my shit. So I watch all these channels, like Veritas. I think I have them linked in the description, bro. He's a really big Tarkov player I used to watch, bro. And, you know, there's a whole community surrounding this fucking game. That's insane. This game, I don't know how to describe this game, bro. But from a common sense standpoint, this game is it's a scam, bullshit, fucking shitty, fucking Russian extraction shooter. It is, essentially, right? But it's like the first to ever do it, and to do it this well. And that's why it has such a big fucking following and shit. It's like, bro, this game has people that are as addicted to it as people at the fucking casino, bro. And it happened to my stream team, like all of us on my stream, bro. We got Tarkov, and we stayed, like, it was because of COVID too, right? But we stayed up all day and night. Like, we streamed this shit for like 20 hours straight sometimes, bro. Just getting fucked up and playing Tarkov, dog. This game, I hate it. I hate it with a fucking burning passion, bro. Because what it did to my head, this game fucking gave me PTSD. And I have some mental fucking scarring from the experiences I've had in this game, bro. It's full of cheaters. This shit drives you insane. It's the most demanding fucking game you'll ever play. Like, bro, this game is the reason why I got a second monitor. It isn't because I stream so much. It's like, I have a second monitor to have maps, and I have to have 11 ammo types, and all this bullshit, bro. This game is not a game, bro. It doesn't feel like a game. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those games that's like, it lost what makes a game fun. It's not a video game. It's like an actual, like fucking, like a rape simulator, bro. You ever want to know what it's like to get raped in fucking prison? Play Escape from Tarkov. You think you're gonna play a fun game, right? Like, yeah, I'm gonna beat up some guys and I'm not gonna get raped in the shower, but that's all this game is. Just getting your ass, your cheeks fucking torn open against your will, and everything took from you all the time, usually by a cheater, and then getting a cucumber stuck in your butthole, bro. You gotta live with it. Like, this game sucks. It takes forever to get into a game. I could criticize this game forever, bro. But I thought this video was interesting because there's this guy that, like, was addicted to this fucking game and murdered his fucking family over it or some shit, bro. And the guy that covered it, he made a video. You could go watch it yourself if you want. His name is Veritas. But he's not like a big content creator, but he's really big in the Tarkov community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I played a few games with this fucker, bro. He feels like he cheats. He's that good. But yeah, he made a video about this dude. It's like if I made a video, bro, of a dithead that murdered his parents because they didn't let him donate the fill or some shit. So for me personally, or if you're a gamer, this might be interesting. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not, I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, you're doing you. I won't have time.
Bart and Krista Halderson were last seen July 1st and reported missing. 50-year-old Bart Halderson and his wife Krista were supposed to travel north last week and return home on Tuesday.
But their son tells Tony Galley his parents' whereabouts are unknown.
Like, bro, I'll play Tarkov again. I will play it. I have the, like, EOD edition and shit. But I'm waiting for them to actually fully release it. It's just like, this game's too stupid and simple. Like, the way it's designed, the graphics, you know a little bit about game design. It's just like, holy shit, there's no reason why this game's been in development for like 12 fucking years, it feels like. You know? Once it goes into 1.0, I'll pick Tarkov up again. I will. I'll give it a shot.
I was out here with Chandler Halderson and spoke to him about his parents' disappearance.
I'm trying to warn you, don't get into this game at all, bro.
The Halderson son...
Like, I threw a chair into my wall playing this fucking game on stream in front of, like, almost 1,000 people. I think we had, like, 500 people or something, bro. The most embarrassing thing I ever did. But it was funny. This game will drive you fucking mad.
Has been arrested for providing
really
false information about the disappearance. He has not been charged.
Sheriff's deputies found what they called unidentifiable remains last week and arrested the couple's son. Today, deputies executed a search warrant on Bart and Krista Halderson's home.
This is the Google search history of 23-year-old Wisconsin native Chandler Halderson. One day after reporting both of his parents missing, and one day before the discovery of partial human remains near the wood line where evidence placed him around the time of their disappearance. A bizarre connection to the video game Escape from Tarkov is what initially piqued my interest in this story. Although it would be these searches that would be my introduction to the case, it wasn't what he searched for a few hours after those bone-chilling searches that convinced me to make this video. When I looked a little bit deeper into this case, I'd not only come to find out how a double murder was directly connected to the video game Escape from Tarkov in the most bizarre way, but I would also discover one more eerie connection to the game that, as far as I can tell, nobody has ever realized before. What video he was watching just moments before he made these searches. The video that I believe was the impetus for him making these searches in the first place. Now, it's because of this that I feel as though Escape from Tarkov's unsettling connection to this sad and horrible story is one that needs to be told. I hope you enjoy.
They're probably at a casino, their phone's off, no reception somewhere. Maybe they're on a boat having some fun with their friends.
Chandler reported that they left to their cabin in White Lake, Wisconsin, with an unknown couple for the 4th of July weekend. When Bart and Krista did not return, he reported them as missing.
I ain't hear about this story. I'm trying to tell you, when I got out of Tarkov, bro, I got out of Tarkov. I unsubscribed from all the YouTubers that cover it, like Pestily and Veritas, the guy who made this video. I unsubbed from all of them, bro. You know, this game is not good for your health sometimes. Dude.
I wasn't sure if that implied that he was really, you know, like just terrible at the game, and he that's why he liked the starter gun or anything. I was just checking. I just wanted to get a general grasp of his skills. I mean, I know he's got a 2-to-1 KDR right now.
You're a piece of shit.
Sorry.
But Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett says there's no indication the missing couple went north to their Langlade County lakeside cabin as Chandler Halderson claimed. As sheriff's personnel search near the Halderson home, the sheriff says they are also searching separately where the human remains were found in rural Dane County. There are still remnants of crime scene tape at this property, and neighbors say roads and access was blocked by law enforcement in recent days out here as sheriff's personnel combed the land. Authorities say Chandler Halderson was acquainted with someone in this rural neighborhood.
I need to edit like this.
By all accounts, Chandler Halderson had it all. The 23-year-old Wisconsin native had just earned a solar technology certificate from Madison Area Technical College, a school that he was just about to graduate from. He volunteered as a scuba diver for the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources rescue team, and was over a year into a successful internship at American Family Insurance. He was more than 2 years into his relationship.
Rude, the Madden killer? Yeah, I remember that guy. Some people don't even know about that story, bro. It happened so long ago. But yeah, this fucking dude, he was in a Madden tournament, right? And he was good, bro. He was like one of the best. And fucking, what happened? He lost? I think he lost, bro. If I remember correct. And he fucking went back into the tournament and shot the fucking guy who beat him. Bro, that's how Lil Snoop, the rapper, Lil Snoop, you know, if you're into hip-hop, that's how he died, bro. He died in the Hood Madden tournament, if I remember correctly, dude. But yeah, dude, them hood-ass games, them sport games, motherfuckers go hard.
With his girlfriend, Catherine Melander, aka Cat. And just when it was looking like things couldn't get any better, all of his hard work and dedication earned him a job offer most people could only ever dream of, working at SpaceX. He'd already lined up a new apartment and bought a car down in Florida where he and Kat were planning to move together for his new job. And of course, none of that would have been possible had it not been for the unconditional support from his two loving parents, Bart and Krista. In his free time, Chandler enjoyed the outdoors and loved to swim. This is him out by his favorite swimming spot near the Wisconsin River. He also loved to play video games, with his preferred genre being the more realistic mil-sim type first-person shooter games like Arma, with his personal favorite being the hardcore, punishing extraction FPS game Escape from Tarkov. His older brother Mitchell, who he enjoyed playing video games with, had a successful tech job and had moved out of the house and was living with his fiancée. Chandler also had a best friend, Smitty. Andrew Smith, a Kansas native, met Chandler online while playing FPS games together during his time in the Army while he was stationed in Germany, and they quickly became best friends, with Smith even making the long drive up to Wisconsin from Kansas to meet in person, and he stayed over at Chandler's house for a few days while they hung out. Everything seemed to be going so well for Chandler Halderson, but obviously we know this story doesn't have a happy ending. So what exactly happened? When, where, and how did it all go wrong? Well, as you'll come to find, the truth can be quite a lot different than outward appearances would have you believe. Earlier in their 2-year relationship, Kat had caught Chandler being unfaithful. Although she would ultimately forgive him and their relationship would remain intact, this was at least partially on the condition that he be willing to enable location tracking on Snapchat, the app they used to talk to each other much of the time. Anytime
Hey, I'm gonna give you advice, okay? Dude, I know it sucks, but if you're in a relationship, somebody cheats on you, you need to just like call it quits there, right? Like you do for the most part, because like the trust ain't there no more, right? All the subconscious shit you might be thinking, or you know, it's just like the relationship's kind of fucking been shitted into bed, bro.
Chandler would open Snapchat.
It is not worth it after that. I think it isn't, dude. You know what I mean? There's plenty, there's fish in the sea. Gotta think about your youth. You don't want to spend all your fucking like youth, dude, like trying to make one relationship work when you could have explored all these other possibilities in life and had something better. I'm just saying, you know, like
to read or respond to Kat.
She cheats on you. You need to be done.
It would update his location and show Kat where he was.
Like, I am not about to put location trackers on nothing. No, okay? I'm not Batman. You're not the Joker. You fucking are a retarded bitch that cheated on me. And you know what I'm saying? I got a big old dick. I'm gonna go fuck somebody else. I'm gonna go fuck somebody else. I'm gonna rope me a woman that will do me better, bro. Come
Messaging
on.
from. A reasonable
Don't be a
trade-off to earn
simp
back
like
any
that.
loss of trust he'd earned due to his infidelity. As Chandler was getting close to graduating from Madison
And
area,
then you might have this bitch thinking that she's been able to cheat on you again. Like, there's some people, bro, that are that evil. Like, they think you're so stupid and so retarded because you're so nice or so forgiving, right? And it's like, oh yeah, I'll just keep fucking with this fucker's head. I've seen it. It's happened to me. Don't do that.
Technical College, MATC,
Don't be that
troubles
naive,
receiving his official transcript and a copy of that solar certificate he had earned were posing major problems not only for his insurance and financial aid, but also potentially jeopardizing his new job offer with SpaceX. And these issues actually began over a year earlier, in 2020. After multiple months without any progress receiving this important paperwork that Chandler needed, Bart decided he would get involved to help his son get these issues resolved, with both of them beginning to talk via email with one of Chandler's college advisors, Daniel Spieth. After multiple failed attempts to set up a meeting, they also began talking with another advisor, Alyssa Brandt, although unfortunately they ran into similar scheduling conflicts and other issues, partially due to a shortage in staffing at MATC and further exacerbated by the pandemic. September came, no progress. Then October, no progress. And meanwhile, Chandler was also having issues with his employer, American Family Insurance, more specifically their payroll department. While he was supposed to have been earning a salary of $61,000 from his job at American Family, due to a clerical error caused by HR, his wages were registered as hourly, with the human resources manager at American Family Insurance, Tom Selznick, reporting that he was actually earning $25 an hour rather than $61,000 salary. And not only had he been getting massively underpaid for all this time, in recent months he wasn't getting paid at all. Upon reconciling the clerical error, reconnecting his bank account, and properly setting up direct deposit, the amount of back pay they attempted to send him was apparently so much from this newly established account that the bank refused to accept the transfer, believing it to be fraudulent, delaying him getting paid even further. Now fast forward to mid-2021. These two issues still unresolved had gotten to the point where Bart was becoming particularly upset that his son was basically being given the runaround by both his employer and his alma mater, at which point he once again attempted to intervene. After talking with yet a third advisor at MATC, Aaron Hoover, and running into a number of familiar scheduling problems, enough was enough. Bart and Chandler weren't going to take no for an answer anymore. After Bart had a phone call with Daniel Spieth and a few strongly worded emails back and forth between a few different college advisors, finally, after over a year, they had an in-person appointment on the books, June 17th, the day they would finally get everything resolved once and for all.
Oh shit, bro, I've heard a bunch of cases like this. Like, damn, bro, okay.
This one, they wouldn't miss.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but now I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh shit, bro.
On the morning of June 17th, Chandler suffered a fall down his stairs, hitting his head multiple times on the way down, causing multiple serious, potentially life-altering injuries. After suffering multiple blows to the head and a subsequent concussion, Chandler was experiencing a number of major neurological symptoms. His head felt foggy, he was experiencing memory problems, and difficulty concentrating. He also injured his neck in the fall and began experiencing a painful numbness and tingling in his legs that was likely to get worse over time, potentially leading to partial or even total paralysis, and could very soon require him to use a colostomy bag. At this point, he was experiencing difficulty walking, especially up and down stairs, and was relegated to wearing a neck brace. Now, on top of the potentially permanent medical issues he was now faced with, he had to, of course, miss the appointment he had scheduled with his advisors at MATC, and worse yet, The fall might have also directly jeopardized his rapidly approaching new job opportunity at SpaceX, as his doctor ordered that he was not allowed to travel by car or plane down to Florida, forcing him to miss his job orientation and likely losing the job altogether. Now, in late June, while sitting on the couch watching TV, Chandler was tossing a ball around the living room while playing with his dogs, at one point causing one of his dogs to crash into the glass doors on his fireplace, shattering one of the panes. Now, luckily, the dog was unhurt, but when attempting to...
Fuck, bro, I finally got this fucking camera to work. Holy shit. I was trying to fucking get this stupid fucking camera to work for like an hour, dog. I wanted to show you guys this. This shit finally came in the fucking mail, dude. So fuck it, we're gonna open this bitch real quick. If I can find it, where the fuck I put the pack? There it is. Shit. We're gonna see what the fuck grade this card got, bro. The fuck. I had to take out the address, of course, but this motherfucker came all the way from Japan, dog. Come on. God damn, you wrapped this shit up good. Whew. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, we got it. Oh, we got it, bro. Fuck. I'm fucking shaking, bro. I'm shaking. This is one of my chase cards, dog. See what grade this motherfucker is. Hold on, boy. Shit. Already slabbed up and everything. We got it! We got the card, bro. Fuck. Damn, this shit is clean. Damn, this shit came in such good condition. What the fuck, bro? I low-key expected it to look fucked up. Alright, let's see what grade we got. It's a palafin. It's a palafin EX Tetsuhara card, the artist of Fist of the North Star. But we had to get it graded and shit. So I'm hoping it's a 10. But let's see what it is, bitch. Alright. I'm shaking, bro. I'm actually shaking. Let's see what this bitch is, dude. 10! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Motherfucker! I'm fucking out here! I'm fucking outside, bitch! I'm fucking out here, man! Man! Whoo! Whoo! Oh, shit! Oh my god, this card looks so fucking clean! Oh my fucking god, it's a 10-2, bro! Oh, look at this bitch! Oh my god, bro, this card is so fucking clean! This is probably the dopest Pokemon card ever. I don't give a shit. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go, bro. Shit! Oh my fucking god, this card looks so fucking clean, bro. Oh my god, we did it. We did it. Oh! Gym Mid 10. Oh my god. My first graded card is a 10. Shit, man. Now, let's see if I might get an English one. Let's get one in English. See if we could get that graded, right? See if we could get that graded like an 8. 8 or 9, bro. Because there's less English cards. There's more Jap things, I think, though. Damn, that's clean, bro. This fucking holo art is fucking insane. Damn, fuck. Sorry, I'm fucking hyped. I'm so fucking hyped, bro. I'm fucking shaking. I'm fucking shaking right now, bitch. Oh, whoo, it's worth every penny. I didn't get fucking Jude. Let's go. All right, I'm done.
Clean up the mess, Chandler stepped on a piece of broken glass, cutting his foot quite badly, causing him to lose a fair amount of blood and leaving Bart quite upset with him due to the damage.
That is the Chill Murray chase card, too. That's why I'm so hyped. Like, I'm trying to get all the Tetsuhara art cards. Like, he did one for Magic the Gathering, and then he did one for Pokemon. I'll show you the one he did for Magic. But right now, dude, I paid $300 fucking for the Japanese Tattoo Horror Magic card. So I'm waiting for that. I'm gonna get that one fucking
And the mess.
graded too, dude.
Now, just when you think things couldn't get worse for Chandler, enter the first week of July 2021. Apparently, Bart and Krista had scheduled a last-minute weekend camping trip with some of their friends up to their Langlade County cabin, leaving somewhere around 5 or 6 a.m. on the morning of July 2nd, before Chandler had gotten out of bed, although he did say that he heard them leave. And one day prior, on July 1st, according to Chandler, was a rather mundane day. A day that Bart, an accountant, was working from home alongside Chandler, while Krista had gone to work at her customer service job at an auto body shop only about 10 minutes away. Now, little did anybody know that this seemingly normal July day would be the last day.
Oh, fuck this shit. I'm almost done. I'm almost done gushing over these cards, bro. We're killing the fucking game. We're killing the game, dog, okay? That's my Pokemon card. A lot of these were my son's. Like, this one's mine. I just got this Charizard. I need to get that fucking graded, bro. Then I got this Pikachu. I got the vintage Pikachu. I need to get that one fucking graded up. But where are we, bro? Hold on. This is the card. These are my chaser cards, bro. Fuck. I'm fucking so excited right now. This is such a great day for Joe Murray and nobody else. I'm so sorry. Nah, bro, look. This is a Tattoo Horror card. The artist of the Fist of the North Star, bro. So he did one for Magic, dog. Magic the Gathering. This is the fucking Tattoo Horror card. And then he did one for Pokemon, bro, which is this one. So I got, oh my God, it's graded 10. I'm about to die. I'm about to die. This is the greatest fucking day of my life. Fuck. It kinda is, bro. As soon as Tattoo Horror dies, I'm gonna sell these fucking cards or I'm gonna fully fucking retire, bro. These are gonna be 6-figure cards one day. I'm telling you. Not these English ones. So I got a foil English coming in, which was like 20 bucks. But bro, the hard one, the hardest card is the Japanese version of this card. This is going for like $1,000, 500 bucks, but I got one for 300 bucks. So I'm waiting for the Japanese Tattoo Horror foil card to come in. Then we got an English one coming in. And then I have all my fucking like actual chase cards. And then I'm getting one more. I have one more chase card, bro. And my chase cards are cards I know are gonna like quadruple in value over the next 20 years. So like we got what are they called? Fuda horror cards, dude. You know the Japanese poker game that Nintendo originally fucking their company used to make? They made a bunch of Pokemon fucking Japanese poker cards, and I found one for 50 bucks. It's all fucking far-fetched, bro. Like, I'm out here. I'm fucking killing this shit.
Anyone would ever see his parents alive. A day all of their lives would change forever.
My son's all hyped too, bro. It's like, fuck. My son's like, we're
Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record and spell both your first and last name?
Yeah, my name is Curtis Van Pelt. I'm a facility manager for Zimbrick, Inc.
Did you know a person by the name of Krista Halderson?
She was our customer service representative.
Where is the physical location of your office?
Street address is 1707 North Stoughton Road.
Tell us what we're looking at there.
This one shows very clearly the movement of the phone down to the near east side of Madison. So you can see that she left around 7:29 a.m. and arrived approximately 10-ish minutes later.
Yeah, this is the time punches submitted by Krista. So Krista punched in at 7:41 a.m. on July 1st.
This is BART. It shows consistent usage throughout the morning into the early afternoon, with data sessions starting as early as 12:40.
And then we ate noon 30. Then we went inside and had our TV show again, Wheel of Fortune. It's always on around our time for lunch. Or was it Family Feud? The Family Feud was Thursday.
What the fuck, bro?
104. I overheard They might go to the cabin with their friends, but I don't know.
She took a lunch break 1:13 p.m. to 1:39 p.m. Easttown is around the corner from us. There is a
Bro,
quick
I'm
trip
fucking shaking.
right now.
I'm still shaking. Fuck, dude. I need to get high. I'm like actually all excited and shaking still, dude. I thought this card would be a 7, like a near mint, bro. We fucking slapped a 10 on my first ever graded fucking card, bro.
Next door, so some folks go and get sandwiches and heat them up in our break room.
Phil don't know about that feeling. He'll never know that feeling, boy.
And at some point, police and myself and others have asked you questions. And one of those questions has been, when was the last email sent by Mr. Bart Halderson?
3:07 p.m. Eastern at July 1st, 2021.
I ain't
It's a
gonna
207.
front. I ain't gonna fucking front, bro. It's a oof. This is the best feeling ever. Besides seeing my son be born and getting drunk and dancing with my wife on our wedding day, bro. Getting this fucking card is like the greatest day of my life.
Central?
That's kind of sad.
But on Mr. Halderson's calendar,
But I'm looking
on
at
July
the
1st,
future. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna
around
go
3,
Havana on his fucking
what does that
card,
say?
dude.
Chaz MATC.
All right, I'm done.
Then we were
That's
hanging
all
out
the
again.
cards, I promise.
My mom texts. I believe I texted her everything's going well.
And then she did clock out at 4:58 p.m.
And you can see that that tower was consistently utilized until 4:56 p.m. And then there's the travel back to the residence with the data sessions picking back up at 5:12:33 p.m.
5:11 p.m. Chandler starts writing the following note. Weekend chores. H2O2 and lemon. Door handles. Move your shit upstairs. Get a job. And clean the floor.
Then we just kind of hung out, and my mom gets home, and I start shrimp scampi for my dad because that's what he wanted. But we didn't have shrimp, so I made shrimpless scampi. That's where they told me while we were eating it.
I can't, bro. This is so sorry. So I made shrimpless scampi.
They were gonna go with their friends.
I'm sorry, as a cook. That made me chuckle as a cook, bro. Yeah, I didn't have shrimp, so I made shrimpless scampi. And sir, it sounds like an employee of mine, like pretty much telling me why they had to do something else and not what I asked them to do.
Oh, cool. Well, we're
Like,
going
couldn't
up.
find
No,
this.
that's how they refer to it.
Who said that? Mom or
We have potato-less
My dad doesn't talk about eats. I grabbed the pipe repair stuff from his plumbing chest, or plumbing box. It's like a tote, and it's 2 whatever jerry cans. Got those squared away. They had most of their duffels already packed at that point.
Yeah, yes. I'm gonna tell my grandkids about the day I got this card, bro. That, you know, once we're in a fucking big house. I'm gonna let my son tell his kids about how I got this card, bro. And it allowed him to go to college and be a rich person, bro.
And we all just started bringing him down to the mudroom with the shoes by the garage. Where you showing me?
I'm hype.
After that, we
got a dope
watched.
future card.
There's a Netflix original, 7 Underground. Pretty cool.
I don't think I've seen that one yet. Who was watching that?
3 of us.
All 3 of you? Okay.
So after our movie, we set up my couch bed.
Who helped you set the bed up?
My dad.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. He knew he was leaving, and I would need that. Went to my computer. My computer was at that black table we sat at.
Sure.
We saw that stuff. Played a video game called Tarkov till midnight. Well, after midnight, maybe. I lose track of time. And my parents by then were asleep. And that's when I crawled into bed.
Now, after what was, by all accounts, a rather mundane July afternoon, in the early morning hours of July 2nd, before Chandler had gotten out of bed, Bart and Krista were picked up by some friends and made the trip up to their Langlade County cabin for an impromptu vacation. 1 week later, Chandler would report his parents missing, and the next day, him and Kat were taken down to discuss the events of the prior week with law enforcement to try and retrace their steps. After 90 minutes of questioning, Chandler was put under arrest, charged with providing false information to law enforcement. 1 week later, he was officially charged with the murder of his father, Bart. Over the course of the next month, law enforcement would continue to search for the still missing Krista with no success. Cooperating with the police as much as she could, Kat would eventually provide the key piece of information that would lead detectives directly to her. Not long after that, Chandler was officially charged with her murder. So, what exactly was it that led them to arresting him in the first place? What did detectives know? What had they found?
Okay.
What exactly?
This is for whoever cares in chat. Should I try to buy a Kirby Hanafuda, like Kirby Pokemon card, which is like pretty valuable, or should I get a Farfetch'd Hanafuda card? It's from the what is it? A 2013 collection. Like, so they only released 2 sets of these cards in 2013 and 16 in Japan. Only in the Japan Pokemon centers. Like they're Japanese poker cards, pretty much, bro.
Had he lied to them about? One of Bart Halderson's final acts was to unintentionally leave a clue for detectives. A single loose thread that, when pulled, would begin to unravel the truth behind what really happened that day and why.
Bart Halderson was one of these guys who prints his emails. I don't know if any of you print your emails, but some people, they get an email and they print it out. That was Bart. And we find one. It's an email between Bart and Krista, detailing a conversation that he had had with Chandler's advisors at MATC. He was supposed to meet with someone else, so we met with this guy, Daniel Spieth. Chandler's gonna get a solar certificate. He's registered for fall classes. He's in the IT program, all of these things. But Bart Halderson talked to this person. So police honed in on something. That line. When I talked to the advisor, he sounds just like Chaz on the phone.
Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. I'm gonna buy this Farfetch'd, bro. But like, I'm looking at the condition of it. I don't think it's gonna slap 10. I don't think it's like mint, but a Farfetch'd 2013 Hanafuda. I think there's only like fucking 10 of those, dude, that are actually graded.
That is, of course, because Bart Halderson, when he talked to Chandler's college advisor, was just talking to Chandler.
Fuck that shit. I'm gonna buy that motherfucker.
How does this happen? How does this kid, with everything in the world going for him, promising new jobs, school, a girlfriend that loves him, willing to move across the country for him, how does this happen? And what you'll learn, it happens because none of these things are true. And Chandler spun an amazing web of lies. The people at American Family Insurance, they'd never even heard of him.
I work for American Family Insurance.
All right, did it. I got the card, bro. 60 fucking bucks.
And what is your title?
Employee Relations Manager.
Did they ask you to research whether or not Chandler Halderson was ever employed by American Family?
Yes, they did.
And what did you find out?
I found no record of that person working for American Family.
And police started to find emails like this. This from Tom Selznick, a guy at American Family Insurance in Northeast, remote human resource.
Fuck, this fucker has a goddamn electro buzz too, dude. 2013 Hanafuda Kanto. Damn, bro.
This guy. You're registered as salary, but you're making hourly. And these emails would go back and forth with Chandler and the HR person, and eventually he'd forward them to his father. But in the way a parent looks at their child as maybe telling the truth is not the way that you as jurors have to look at this. You, like the police, maybe have to take a more critical look at emails like this. Why is the guy who works at Human Resources at American Family Insurance using a Proton Mail generic email address?
Do any of your employees, as their official email, have a Proton Mail account?
No.
Why is the guy who's the Human Resources Manager spelling the word resources wrong? saying he's the human resources manager. It's comically fake.
Did they also have you research whether or not Tom Selznick was ever an employee of American Family?
Yes, they did.
And was he ever an employee or a contract employee?
No.
He had told everyone he was going to MATC for college and that he was about to graduate. And you'll hear there's a hint of truth to that he was going there at one point. In fact, there's a hint of truth to all of these lies. He did go to MATC for like a semester. He failed out.
I work for Madison College.
And specifically, what is your title?
The Director of Employee Relations.
And were you asked specifically if 3 individuals ever worked for Madison College or MATC?
Yes.
And were you able to look in a database or some historic information to see if Aaron Hoover had ever worked for Madison College or MATC?
I was able to look.
And was Aaron Hoover ever an employee?
Fuck, yes!
Were you able to...
We got it. We got the far-fetched, bro. Fuck, man. This is a sick card. I'll show you.
Repeat the same process with Alyssa Brandt.
Yes.
And was she ever an employee?
Bizarre and raises quite a lot of questions. But don't worry, these questions are going to be answered very shortly.
I want to fast
What is that Mr. Halverson liked when he was playing these games?
It really depended on what we were playing. On Tarkov, or Escape from Tarkov was what the game was called. It would range from realistically to whatever we could find inside the video game, because not everything was necessarily easily to collect, but the SKS was certainly a weapon that was fun to use in Tarkov and was something that I had grown interest in as well.
Dude, the SKS, bro, the SKS was a slapper. Oh, fuck. That game was a slapper in that game, bro. Especially had some good ammo.
You decided to come visit Chandler.
Yes, sir.
When about?
Really accurate.
I think it was June, sir.
How did that come about? Did he ask you to come up? Did you decide to come up?
So it was one of those last minute decisions
like,
I was
bro,
able to
okay, if you don't know Tarkov, so the SKS is really, really fun to use on scav runs, bro. Like, I remember us doing, like, scav runs, trying to make sure we had SKSs to take back to, like, stash up. If in case we lost a bunch of money, we just, like, run scav with the SKS. Shit, yeah.
Mixer. I went and looked at how many points I had. I was able to take off work, and I went and called off work that day so I could come up and have a weekend with driving up there and then spending 2 days with him, sir.
It's a long drive.
Well, the music that he's using is pretty much copyright-free music that all YouTubers can use. So if you don't know, like, YouTube Studio or whatever the fuck, it gives you like a playlist of all these commonly used songs and shit that you could put for your videos and stuff, you know, so you don't use like copywritten music. So you'll end up like hearing the same tunes and melodies and shit that are used between like different YouTubers and stuff like that, because they're using like the non-copywritten shit that they give you through the tools that YouTube lets you use. So
no
that's
shit.
why I heard it.
Yeah.
Like that tune is actually used in the Chris Chan documentaries. Like Gino Samuels used this tune for his Chris Chan doc.
Yes, sir.
It's okay. When you visited Wisconsin to see Chandler, you brought him a gift.
Yes, sir.
What did you bring him?
I brought him a 20-inch barrel SKS.
How did you acquire this gun?
So I purchased it initially because I really thought, like, oh, well, I like it in the video game. I might like it in real life. And then I fired it. It sat in my safe, and then I never touched it again. And then it just dawned on me, like, well, I'm going to give it to someone who might actually appreciate this weapon and take care of it and all that. So I ended up giving it to Chandler as a gift.
How did Chandler react when you gave him the gun?
Oh, he was happy.
What do you mean? But how do you know he was happy? Or how do you know that?
Because he had a big smile on his face when I had given it to him as a gift.
Had Chandler asked you for this gun, or was this just your idea?
Yeah, I think he had at one point asked for it as a joke, but mostly it was my idea, sir.
Okay. You brought him other things that go with the gun?
Yes, sir.
What type of things?
So I had brought him a steel canister that had contained roughly 480 rounds of 7.62 by 39 steel case tool ammo.
Holy fucking shit! What a gift! Like, what a gift, bro! An SKS on fucking goddamn almost 1,000 rounds of ammo. That's a gift.
Were there any magazines that came with the gun?
Yes, sir. 3.
those all went with that gun?
Especially
Yes,
like
sir.
for
How
that
were they
gun,
loaded when
bro.
you gave them to him?
That is
Not initially,
so
sir.
How did they become loaded?
I think we were bullshitting with the magazine, sir, and both of us and were like, he was asking me how to load it, so I was like, oh, you just, and I was showing him how to pack
Yeah,
the mag.
especially, you know, bullets are expensive as shit. Yeah, like bullets are so goddamn expensive. Like, what a friend, bro. What the hell?
Does that appear to be the weapon that you gave to Chandler?
Can you flip it over?
Yes. Did you document in any way transferring that gun to him?
Yes, sir.
How did you choose? Did you fill out paperwork like this?
I took his photo ID that the state issued him, and I took it right next to the serial number, annotating that this was me giving this weapon to this individual, so that way, if anything like this would occur, that it wouldn't necessarily come back to me.
Okay. It was important to you to document that?
Most times it is, yes.
Okay. So I'm showing you what's been marked.
Now, perhaps it's a coincidence that Chandler would be having a fairly normal morning, trying to keep busy, play video games, and watch YouTube, trying to keep a low profile while detectives canvass the neighborhood, asking neighbors for any security camera footage, and then all of a sudden, minutes after watching that particular YouTube video, his entire plan seemed to change. I have a hunch that when he watched this video, the video where the character in his favorite game was carrying his favorite gun, the SKS. The same gun that weeks earlier he had been gifted in real life by his best friend. The very same gun that just days earlier he used to kill both of his parents. But now, he couldn't take his mind off of his situation anymore, and he let his paranoia get the best of him. Now, not only did he Google the exact circumstances that we would ultimately discover had been the fate of his parents, but he also did some light reading about one particular Wisconsin legal case, State versus Peter T. Capuzza, which was a 2003 case where a man was found guilty of killing.
Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Why do you think in Breaking Bad they use all these burner phones? That's all I'm gonna say, okay?
A family member, dismembering their body and dumping their remains in the Wisconsin River. Now, not only did his mounting paranoia push him to make those massively incriminating Google searches, but it also lit a fire under his ass and got him on his perfectly healthy feet to go check in with his neighbors now that the police were done canvassing.
Hi, my name is Chandler Halderson. I live just down the road.
Oh, yes.
You're the one with all the police.
Yeah.
I was told you had the fancy security system. I was wondering if you were able to capture the road or my house.
The police actually came and downloaded everything they have. But it's actually my sister's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they were here.
Yo, she's talking to the murderer. That's so This is so creepy, huh? Like, come on. Imagine being this chick and be like, holy fuck.
Came till like 9 o'clock last night and downloaded all the video she's got. So we're hoping that...
Did it capture anything on...
We don't know. We don't know. They just took a copy of everything, and so we're hoping...
Winding the lens.
Now, that security camera provided some of the most important footage in this case. It's what we've been looking at every time I've been showing you cars coming and going throughout the last week.
No,
it's what provided the footage that proves past any reasonable doubt that no one came to pick up Bart and Krista the morning of the 1st of July. Now, while all of this was going down, Mitchell, Chandler's brother, had made his way up to their cabin, where he met with law enforcement up there to search the property for any signs that his parents had been there, which of course we know was a massive red herring, a wild goose chase. They never got there. They never left to go to the cabin at all. They never even planned to go anywhere that weekend. Now, meanwhile, Chandler had noticed an increase in police presence in the neighborhood, and his paranoia and curiosity had hit its peak, leading him to go so far as to call detectives to see what was going on.
A little confused. I got 2 squads parked right outside my house, and they're not really canvassing. They're just kind of sitting there. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I mean, they're in the area doing canvassing, and they're also probably doing a shift change right now, getting our second shift crew on around 3:30.
Oh, there's 4 now. Something going on that we need to know?
Well, they're probably doing reports. They're probably doing shift change.
Bro, so
Alright,
sus.
Any news on your end at all? Have you gotten any phone calls, text messages?
Gotten any messages other than from concerned parents? No. So, I don't know. It's kind of stressful. So there's nothing new going on?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's crazy, bro. That's what murderers be doing, huh? Just be hitting up the police, or they'll like willingly go into an interview to see if to see what the police fucking know, so they're on top of shit. It's like so stupid.
Yeah. Who's there? Are you at home still right now, obviously? Because you're saying they're outside. Who's there with you?
Yeah, no, they're not with me. They're just 4 squads just parked outside.
Okay. Who was just talking in the background, Kat?
Yeah, Kat's over with me.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, I can definitely give you a call or message you, I guess, depending. What time are you planning on going to dinner?
I'm not sure, but
Okay.
pretty soon here.
Now, spoiler alert, Chandler never made it to dinner. Detectives had obtained a warrant to search the Halderson home, and police picked up him and Kat to take them down to the station for questioning.
You know you're cooked. You know he's fucking cooked as shit. Down.
What are they up to? What are they up to?
My guess is they want to just ask some more follow-up questions and stuff.
No, they went into the house.
But based on everything they knew at this point, all of the evidence they had gathered in just the last 24 hours since the missing persons report was filed, and by cross-referencing everything Chandler and Kat said with that evidence and with each other, detectives had enough.
Like, bro, they're going to your house. Yeah, like, they already have enough. They already know what's going on, bro. It's like, you're so fucking cooked.
To put Chandler under arrest for providing false information to police.
So, I think it's time we start talking about what happened to your parents. Like, the truthful version. Okay? So, we have like 20 pages of writing. We're going to start with a clean, white piece of paper for you to start telling the truth. Okay? What? Because listen to me. This is the only chance you're going to have to tell us the truth. Okay? Listen. I can't tell you what we know, but we know you're not telling us the truth. We know your parents are no longer with us. Okay? And we know the reason why. Okay? You need to tell the truth. Listen. You need to tell the truth about what happened and just tell us why it happened. Okay? If something happened, if you were defending yourself, or if you just got fed up with stuff, you need to tell us the truth. Okay? This is your chance to tell us why. Okay? I'm not BSing you. Okay? So can we do that?
Okay, they're okay. Lawyer. I'm sorry. Say it again, Chandler. Lawyer. Okay. Because they're... Okay.
You want a lawyer?
Yeah, they're okay.
Damn, he's actually
That afternoon,
smart, bro.
after what was originally supposed to have been a routine phone
I swear to God, I don't care if you actually did the crime. It's like, you're a dumbass, you don't ask for a lawyer. Like,
interview
this
between
motherfucker's
detectives
smart.
and Cress and Dulce, it was clear that what they had to say was going to be important. And it didn't take long for detectives to make their way over to the Irwin Road farm, where the first major breakthrough in the case would occur. Although unfortunately, it wasn't a good one.
You know, most birds really don't have a sense of smell except for turkey vultures. Turkey vultures actually, when a body or an animal or creature dies, it starts going through some changes. The microorganisms on there start producing different gases and it emanates an odor. Turkey vultures can smell that. And when they do, they'll start circling the area to locate where it's coming from.
And were those turkey vultures over the wooded area at the farm?
When I got there, yeah. He pointed over and he said, well, looks like cars driven through the tall grass over here. I'm like, yeah, it does. So we went over there and we saw there were 2 tracks of the taller grass. The grass is probably about, waist high. You can see the 2 track marks that go back along the parallel with the wood line there.
But the police walked about 20 yards into the woods, and in that pile of debris, under dozens of sticks, bushes, and dirt, they found Bart Halderson. Now, when I say they found Bart Halderson, I need to explain that. They found a human torso. Someone had crudely chopped off the head, the arms, and sawed off the legs in the middle of the thigh, leaving the underwear on. from the beginnings of the pants. They rolled the torso over. There were gunshots in the back. This man had been shot in the back and chopped up. At this point, the farm was turned into a crime scene. Police swarmed the place. But one detective said, "Look at that in the woods. Is that a garbage can full of a tarp?" It was. And I'll tell you, that tarp was taken to the Wisconsin State Crime Lab eventually. Bart Halderson, Krista Halderson, their blood is all over it.
Remember that first mystery trip that Chandler took on the morning that his parents were supposedly picked up by their friends? Turns out Chandler made a trip to Fleet Farm to make a purchase. One large silver poly tarp that he would use to wrap the torso of his father in, tied up with half of a rope that he cut from some rope in his garage, so that he could toss it in a trash bin, wait 2 days, and then drive over to his girlfriend's mom's girlfriend's farm under the guise of wanting to swim to do physical therapy for his fake injury, just so he could dump it all in the woods. Cress and Dulce, coming up to swim when they did, arrived just minutes after what would have resulted in them likely witnessing the whole thing.
Another detective said that spot where Chandler was walking out of the woods, there's an oil barrel there, like an old fuel tank with a hole in it. That's right where the car was parked. So she peeks her head in, and that's what she sees. Broken saw blades, hand saws, scissors, tree loppers.
Shit, bro.
All of them tested by the state crime lab.
Damn,
all of them covered
blood.
in human flesh and blood of Bart and Krista Halderson.
Remember that final trip that Chandler took just 2 hours before reporting his parents missing? That 10 or 15 minute window would have been just enough time for Chandler to dump the tools that he used to reduce his parents down to pieces. And we know the day before, according to him,
Bro, that's insane. I can't wrap my head around. That's insane to do to your fucking parents, bro. I swear to fucking God, I hate my goddamn parents sometimes. You know, they ain't done some things and shit, yada, yada, yada. You know, you got a regular life. There's been a time or two where you're like, I wish my parents were fucking dead. Damn it. You know, once. I swear, once or twice in your life, man. Your parents really fucking fucked with you a lot. But it's like, I could never actually sit here and imagine killing my parents and cutting them up into, like, imagine the stomach you'd have to take, bro. Like, have to cut these motherfuckers into pieces. Dude.
Spent most of the day cleaning up blood. Blood that allegedly was gushing from glass stuck in his toe. Blood that we now know came from his parents. Blood on the carpets, in front of the fireplace, blood covering the basement floor. Blood he tried to clean up with the Swiffer and hydrogen peroxide that he borrowed from his girlfriend, an unknowing accomplice. The tape he says he grabbed from the basement to wrap the bandage on his toe with, the same tape detectives found in plain sight on...
I don't hate my kill my parents, but it's just like, you know what I mean, how relationships are. You got parents and, you know, growing up or being like a young adult with parents are probably a little strict or fuck. I don't know, right? But I swear to God, everybody's had that point where it's like, fuck, I hate these motherfuckers sometimes. I abhor my fucking parents sometimes, dude. Right? But it's like, I couldn't imagine that hatred being so visceral or real and shit, you know? So I'm gonna kill you, these motherfuckers. I'm gonna cut them into pieces.
Shelf in the basement. A matching piece of that very same tape was stuck to the inside of the garbage can he dumped his father in. Now, all of the blood in the basement seems to be the best indication that this is where it all went down. All evidence points to him executing his father the afternoon of July 1st, likely just before his 3 p.m. meeting with MATC, shooting his father at least twice in the back, with one shot severing his spine. He then texted his mom, telling her to grab soda on the way home from work, before she almost certainly met the same exact fate, although we can never be sure, and I'll get to why shortly. Now, it's not just the blood that leads me to this conclusion. They also found a single spent 7.62 by 39mm shell casing on the basement floor, as well as what appears to be 2 bullet holes in the wall. Now, upon further searching, stuffed behind the basement wall installation were 3 20-round SKS magazines, 2 full with 20 rounds inside, and the third with just 15. It's likely that this is where he also dismembered them, and not only with the loppers and saw blades found in that old oil drum, the handle for the blade found back at his home, along with an axe that also tested positive for his parents' DNA. Now at that point, he likely packed them into the basement freezer, which would have been necessary due to the time period between these events and when he dumped their remains. And as further evidenced both by the copious amounts of ice that both he and Kat purchased over the next few days, unknown to her, as well as the presence of his parents' DNA.
So he used the girlfriend to pretty much like, oh, that is so crazy, bro.
And samples taken from the freezer's bottom drain plug.
She didn't even know. Oh my God.
Now back to the supposed murder weapon for a moment. What ended up happening to the rifle? Well, a couple of months later, one afternoon, Cress was out doing some chores in her barn.
Yo, what if Phil did that to his parents? We just don't know. Like the 4 or 5 days he was gone, bro. That's what happened. He went to see his parents. He murdered them. And unbeknownst to Kat, she helped him fucking like hide their bodies, bro. That'd be insane.
While I was organizing along the wall, you know, like I say, I was cleaning out my shed and I wanted to go through these like garden tools because making sure I still use them. Were they broken? I was going to throw them away. So and then I was organizing, putting lumber where the lumber goes, the recycling where the recycling goes. And so I lifted up a board and I saw a barrel of a gun and I thought, right away I thought, what's my dad, what the heck has he got his pellet gun over here? So I picked it up by the barrel and looked at it and I right away recognized it wasn't a gun that I'd ever saw or seen ever before. It was behind us, there was like maybe 4 or 5 different boards there. Well, the first thing is I just felt sort of this sick feeling and I set it back down and then I went to ask my father just to make sure.
We, of course, already know how this story ends. At some point during one of his trips to the farm, Chandler must have taken his rifle and stashed it behind some boards in the barn. Now, I know this is a long shot, but I can't help but get a weird feeling that this was some kind of half-hearted attempt at like framing Cress or even more likely her 90-something-year-old dad.
He got a buck when he was 95 or something. So I know if he didn't know what it was, he could have. Yeah. But he can use a gun.
Why else would he be ditching so much evidence on their property and barely hide the murder weapon somewhere that would instantly draw massive amounts of attention the moment it was found? Who knows? Now let's circle back once again to Chandler's little foot injury. You'll recall that he claims it was from him cleaning up broken glass from the fireplace caused by his dog running into it while they were apparently playing fetch in the living room. The same story that he couldn't get straight as to when it happened. You'll also recall that neighbor who thought that somebody was having a pig roast in the neighborhood on the night of July 1st. You've already seen a bit of this before without any explanation, but I'll provide some context now. Expert video analysis was done on footage taken from the security camera of a house across the pond in their backyard, and the result of that analysis indicated that the Halderson fireplace was indeed burning from before midnight to almost 5 a.m. It seems as if Chandler was attempting to cremate some of the parts of his parents. Although the problem there is that cremation requires extremely high temperatures to actually be effective. Temperatures that a home fireplace simply wouldn't be able to reach, although it appears that Chandler gave it the old college try. Now, the following theory involves a bit of speculation.
Yeah, a lot of people try doing that. They try to like burn a body, bro. But it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Because like a lot of people are stupid. They don't understand, like you want to cremate a body, it takes like a really high temperature for like a long time too. Like it ain't good just be like a campfire. You try to get rid
but
of
it seems to me to be the most reasonable explanation based on everything we know. Likely using one or more of the fans in the living room to blow air onto the fire, it's apparent that the fire slowly began to burn hotter and hotter as the hours went on, until it likely began to burn a bit too hot for comfort, at which point Chandler probably panicked and decided it was time to put it out. Perhaps he grabbed a bucket or something similar, and then went into the kitchen, maybe filling the bucket up with water, returning back to the living room, at which point he attempted to toss it onto the fire. Now there's a problem with that though. When dousing flames in a confined area, like a residential fireplace, the end result is the creation of a large volume of steam that violently expands in all available directions. Precisely the type of scenario that would cause the glass on the front of the fireplace to shatter. A far more likely explanation given the circumstances than his dog running into it. Now at that point, the fire would likely have died down, maybe a little bit, but not be completely out, which seems to match the video analysis. And it appears as though it got up and running again for a second time, at which point the fire would have been burning up and out from the opening created by the broken glass. The obvious explanation for why the molding above the fireplace is all melted and destroyed. My guess is that it was this evening that Chandler put together the so-called couch bed, so that he could rest or nap through the late hours of the night while being right there next to the fireplace. Now you'll also remember when Kat was talking about how she stopped at Target to get burgers and buns the next day. The same day she said the house smelled all smoky and that Chandler had burned his hand on the grill making them dinner. I'd be willing to bet that the burn was actually from him trying to control the fire in the fireplace that night, and the whole grill burn thing was just one of Chandler's patented fabrications. And there was, of course, more evidence yet to be discovered in the Halderson fireplace.
Police noticed something interesting about this photograph, which is, despite being clearly used, the logs are rebuilt. Someone had cleaned out all the ashes. Newspaper, one burnt piece in the middle. But what stuck out to police right away was that little rock right there. They thought, what is that? We were all interested in what that was because it was out of place. So they pulled it off and they put it on one of these fancy police deals. And the forensic anthropologist took one look at it. And she said, oh, this is a human skull. He had burned his parents' heads in that fireplace.
Holy shit, bro.
Later, the police would go through the ash trap of that fireplace and they would find human remains. Facial bones, the knee bones, which, because we found Krista's legs, by deduction, had to be Bart. Now, burnt remains can't be tested for DNA. There's no biological material left, but they're able to tell it's human.
That's insane to do.
Now, speaking of Kat stopping at Target, recall that she commonly made online orders from Target that she'd pick up, often bringing them to Chandler's house. Detectives searched the trash cans at the end of Cress's driveway and found a Target bag. A Target bag that just so happened to have Kat's name on it. Almost definitely a bag that Kat had left at Chandler's house that he then later grabbed and proceeded to fill with yet another plastic bag full of steel wool and bloody rags covered in his parents' DNA.
That's gross.
So then, what about the text message sent on the 4th of July from Krista to Chandler, saying that they got to the cabin safe, that it was busy there, and that they were going to the parade that day? Well, at this point, Chandler had lawyered up and wasn't talking, and the detectives had yet to explain this fact. Although very quickly they determined one thing that didn't quite add up. That parade was on July 3rd, not the 4th. Something you would know if you'd been there. It didn't take long for detectives to do a much deeper search of everything inside and outside of the house, including the garage. And inside the garage, they found a shoe. And inside that shoe, they found a bundle of tinfoil. And wrapped up inside the tinfoil were 2 cell phones and 2 Wisconsin driver's licenses. One for Bart Halderson and the other for Krista. Just like all of those emails from the months leading up to the incident, Chandler had sent the message to himself from himself, pretending to be somebody else. All of the cell tower data analyzed indicates that neither cell phone left the Halderson home after the afternoon of July 1st. Now, speaking of shoes, Chandler liked to wear one particular set, the Brooks Launch 5, shoes that you can see him wearing in the various security camera footage gathered during the investigation. Detectives were able to collect distinct shoe imprints from the tarp found in the garbage can that Bart was dumped in, and were able to compare those imprints to Chandler's shoes collected from the home. And of course, they were a perfect match. Now at this point there shouldn't be, but just in case there was any doubt, they were also able to isolate fingerprints from multiple sources, most notably other pieces of that yellow tape found stuck to the tarp that also matched the tape found in the Halderson's basement. And of course,
that's a fucking insane shit. See her fucking chop up your fucking parents over a goddamn video game, okay? I don't give a shit. That's insane. Alright, I gotta get out of here today. I do. I got other shit I gotta take care of. Let me see what's up, dude. I might be here tomorrow, I might not. I don't really have too much going on this week. Besides waiting for cards to come in and trading cards with other fucking people and shit. I'm telling you, I think I might actually start like a trading card business, dude. I'm kind of thinking about that because like we kind of been crushing it all month, dude. But I'm gonna get out of here. I love y'all. I appreciate the support. You guys are the fucking best. I had a lot of fun, bro. I might be here tomorrow. We'll see what's up. We'll see what I could dig off the fucking floor. I want to keep going through that Hunter Biden I'm so high. I want to keep going through the Hunter Biden interview shit. But, you know, that's like a long thing. So maybe we'll get through more of it tomorrow. We'll see. But till then, take care of yourselves and each other. Try not to work too hard. Stay high. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. It's fucking hot outside. I'll see you guys next time. Love y'all.